The Sesh Podcast, episode 188, take one. And howdy ho, Chiquita Bananas. And welcome back to the Sesh.
What?
I'm really running out of shit to say.
Banana.
Yeah.
Every week she starts with, okay, what the fuck do I say? I'm like, I don't know, man.
I don't know.
Chiquita
Maybe
Bananas.
I should have never started that. It's a lot of pressure on me to come up with something fun every time.
It used to like rhyme, and now it's literally just random
whatever I think of. What other fruits are fun?
Welcome back.
Pineapples.
Gross grapes.
Gross grapes.
That's all I got.
Sour strawberries.
Sour strawberries. Well,
what's your favorite fruit?
Probably pineapple.
Okay.
I do love the pineapple.
Okay.
What about you guys?
Honestly, probably like a really good mango.
Really, I hate mangoes.
I know. I don't understand how you hate.
I don't like them. I like mango flavored things sometimes, but not actual mangoes. They're just so like
delicious,
greasy.
And juicy.
I don't know.
Greasy.
They're too. I don't know. I don't like them.
What's your favorite fruit?
I like bananas.
Ew, basic.
Basic. I
Ew,
love banana. Bananas are
bananas are
good.
good, but, like,
Chiquita bananas.
Dude, I get grossed out by bananas.
Sometimes
to be
I do
honest.
too.
Yeah.
I like them, but then sometimes I'm like, ew.
I have to take small bites or I start to get nauseous from them.
If they're too soft and they're too mushy in my mouth, I just get really ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah,
your
I feel
favorite
that.
fruit?
Cherries.
Oh, I
Real
love cherries. Ooh, my favorite is
cherry as well.
cherries and smoothies. Your mom told me that.
So good.
Remember when your mom was like on the huge smoothie kick?
Oh yeah.
And she would make us smoothies with cherries in it, but also she would add like Crystal Light juice or something.
That's
and
my
they
mom.
were so good.
They were really good. Oh my god, speaking of smoothies, we're going to Erewhon.
Yes, we are. Yeah. Janelle and I are hopping on a flight to LA today, and we're going to go get the Lady Bieber smoothie.
Lady Bieber. You don't understand how bad I wanted to try this.
I know.
For like 2+ years.
Well, I hear for $20 that it's worth it. Like people consistently say it's worth the money.
I also really want to try their mac and cheese and their garlic noodles. I don't
like $1,000.
I have been saving. I'm bringing $1,000 in cash
to
just for
Erewhon budget.
How are those like everywhere in LA?
What
yeah,
is
Erewhon. Erewhon is like the bougiest grocery store.
There's videos of people that'll go in there and try to guess how much things are worth. And I saw this girl buying like a container of berries and she guessed $35. I was like, you're out of your mind. There's no way those are $35. She turns them around $48 for fucking berries. It's like a mix, like strawberries, blackberries, raspberries.
Catch me buying a $48 fucking berry.
That is
dude.
nutty.
It is nutty. The Hailey Bieber strawberry glazed skin smoothie.
Okay.
It just looks so good. And I'm such a sucker because
What's in it?
I was literally on the website last night. It is almond milk, bananas, strawberries, avocado, dates, maple syrup,
Ooh, dates
protein and
smoothies.
collagen, stevia, sea moss, coconut cream, and some type of strawberry glaze.
Have you guys seen the craze on sea moss?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my god,
Apparently
I think
it's disgusting.
I'm gonna make some. So I have
Oh,
a
you
friend
can
who makes
make
it.
it?
Yeah, you just have to buy like the dried sea moss.
Oh.
And I guess you can't taste it in smoothies and stuff.
It's supposed to be
But it's
so
supposed to be-
good for you.
Yeah, it has a lot of
Really? People say it's
antioxidants.
disgusting though.
I know. I've seen a lot of people say that.
Yeah,
But some
I
people
know.
just be eating it with spoons.
Right.
Well,
And it comes in all these flavors
Yeah,
too,
yeah.
right?
I know my friend said that she makes it rehydrates it herself. And it's
Yeah.
non-flavored, so you just put it in
Oh.
smoothies and it does not taste like
Well,
anything.
it's in the Hailey Bieber smoothie.
Hey.
Strawberry skin glaze. It's supposed to make your skin. I'm gonna come back with glass skin.
Yeah, as soon as you take
Wow.
it, you instantly become
Hailey.
Hailey.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the vibe.
Yeah, so I'm really excited about that. I'm actually so excited.
We'll have to take a video of us trying
We need
it.
to make a TikTok. I feel like of
Okay.
us trying it.
I never do TikToks. I
I
should.
know you
It's
did it on
fun.
the Dr Pepper, the Dirty Dr
I
Pepper at
did.
Sonic.
I never think to do it, but then I,
I know,
do it.
neither
And
do
it's
I.
fun.
It's fun.
is.
So yeah, that's like honestly the thing that's not the thing I'm most excited.
Yeah, we're actually going out there for a really exciting reason. I'm so pumped. We got invited to go on.
You got invited.
Yeah.
I'll be.
Well, you'll
sitting-
be there.
I'll be sitting on the sidelines.
Yeah,
shitting
maybe. I'm
bricks.
hoping that maybe you can chime in.
Oh my god! I
But
would die.
yeah, we're going on the H3 podcast, which I think we can announce now because by the time this episode goes up, it should be like about to start because they do it
Already
live.
started, yeah,
I'm very nervous to be live though for a decent.
we're
amount.
normally
Yeah.
not live. That's
No.
for damn sure.
No, but I'm going to be presenting a case. We've created a PowerPoint. I'm really, really pumped for it. I love their crew.
I was gonna
so
say,
excited to meet them all.
If you guys don't know this, like we
crew.
are H3 fans.
I think they know
family.
that. I think
Foot
we made
soldiers
it clear.
for life.
That's right, baby. Yeah, I'm so pumped. Just nervous to do it live. I never do anything live.
Yeah.
And I am dyslexic, so sometimes reading is a challenge for me. And that's why I really like being able to be edited. So yeah, it could go horribly.
No,
Not going to.
it's not going to go horribly.
Yeah, knock on all the wood.
It's going to go great. And they're so relaxed out
yeah,
back.
their
like,
show
they
is
don't-
so chill.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be
Yeah.
awesome.
It'll be a fun challenge for me.
So, yeah,
So
we're
tune
really
in.
excited.
Leave this show now. And
No.
go watch that one. No, pause this show.
Pause this
And
show.
come back later.
Go watch theirs.
But yeah, I'm going to be going through a case that I've already covered, but it's new to them and to their audience.
Yeah.
So
It's going to be really awesome. I'm so excited.
I'm so
me
excited
too.
for you.
Like,
me too. I'm pumped. It's a really great opportunity
totally.
for us. So yeah.
So, and I
I'm
haven't been
excited.
to LA since I was like 15 or something.
Is it
going
really
back to
been
my
that
home
long?
state? Yeah, I haven't been there
Wow.
forever. Going back to my home state. Also,
Wow.
fun fact: the neighborhood we're staying in, my dad lived there for 5 years. I told him, he's like, "Oh, my god, I
really?
literally lived there for like 5 years." I was
Oh,
like,
that's so funny. He should give us the
Oh, yeah.
address and we'll go check it out.
yeah, true that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're also going to the YouTube headquarters, which
Yes, we
I
are.
can't
One of
believe.
their offices.
This is going to be my first time actually meeting anyone from YouTube. And at first they wouldn't even give us a tour,
Yes,
but they made an exception.
they were like, "No, we're closed." I said on a Tuesday.
I think they're like opening it for us because they were closed and then suddenly they're like, never mind, come on down.
Well, I think we might be a little bored if they're literally opening it just for us. Because the
I
whole
know.
reason that's fun, I've been to one in San Francisco because I have a friend that works for YouTube, and
oh, right, yeah.
it's like really cool. Like they have a cafeteria and like a coffee shop, but if they're opening it for us, I imagine the cafeteria will be closed.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know.
But it'll be cool to like talk to someone in person. I've never have done that.
Will be.
And I've been working for their asses for over a decade.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be cool. They sent us a Google invite that said, like, wear your Fitbit because we're going to be walking a ton. I'm like,
Your Fitbit?
yeah. So they're
Are they
like,
sponsored by
where-
Fitbit?
Yeah,
No.
my Apple Watch is dead as fuck at my house, so I didn't bring it.
I got my Aura ring, so I'll be tracking our steps.
I'll just count my steps. I don't think it's that. What are we gonna do?
I know it's not like it's Disney World.
Ugh.
Are you going to
Disney.
go to Disney?
Fuck no.
Oh, damn. Okay.
I don't like Disney.
I brought it up to Janelle.
Okay, no, I brought it. I was like, let's go to
Oh yeah,
Disney.
you brought it up.
We're
Would
going
you-
to Disney?
Would you guys rather do Universal Studios or Disney World?
Universal for sure.
They have that
But
there.
you don't
Oh, yeah,
like
I've
roller
been there.
coasters.
I've been
You've
there.
never been on a roller coaster.
No, not like a real roller coaster. No.
Really?
Would you
been
ever
on.
try?
Yeah, actually, I think my fear. I'm like done with the fear now. I just like have no
Okay.
interest because amusement parks are not
Janelle,
fun for me. What?
should we go to Elitch's?
I was gonna say, let's go to Elitch Gardens.
Elitch
Oh,
Gardens.
they still call it
Yeah.
Elitch's?
I think so.
Oh, I thought when Six Flags bought it, that name was
Oh,
gone.
is that it?
No,
I don't know.
no.
Or did Six Flags already bail?
No, I
it's
think
Six
it's still
Flags
no, it's
Elitch
still
Gardens.
Elitch's.
Aren't they tearing it down?
They're not doing it for like 2 years, but yeah, they have plans
Dude,
to build.
they said that 2 years ago.
Yeah, because it's like a 5-year thing.
Oh,
But yes,
wow.
they're moving it like out by the airport, I think, or something.
Oh, really?
I think so. They said they were moving it.
Oh, that's kind of sweet.
Yeah, I
hope
don't
by
think
the time
it's-
Holly's
I
roller
hope they
coaster
move
ate-
that crap out of my way because I need. I think it's lame.
That it's right in the middle of the city.
Yeah, like move that
What?
shit out of there and put nice
Elitch's?
restaurants up instead.
I agree. That's
Come on,
fine.
they're
and
probably-
it's so dingy, and it's basically become just like a daycare.
Oh yes.
People get season passes and then just drop their kids there without
Yes.
parental supervision, and it's just absolutely wild.
I went for the first time a few weeks ago and hated it. It was
Really?
literally- we went on 2 rides. We were there for like 4 hours, and I'm like,
No,
Did you go on the Mind Eraser? Fucking Mind Eraser. That's
Where-
like the name is fitting.
What
about
that
the
shit
big dropping
shakes
one?
you around? Like
Really?
I bet people get CTE on that shit.
Oh, then I'm not
Yeah.
going.
It's like it
Yeah.
has these things on either side, but you're just going like this.
When you get
Yeah.
taller, it's better. But as a
Oh,
kid,
really? As a kid, that's
like
what
that,
I would,
will never forget. Like I would like put my hands there because I.
yeah, so it's less like
Rock
dum, dum,
you.
I
dum,
don't think
dum.
about a helmet. Jesus.
Yeah, you should be wearing a helmet.
So have you gone on the Tower of Doom?
oh, I hate the Tower.
No,
of Doom.
I don't
The-
like heights. I don't do like the drops.
whole, like, drop?
I hate
Oh, I
that.
I hate the drops.
Or like the whack thing where it's like a slingshot.
Oh, like where you
Never
go
in my
back
life
and then
will I do something
yeah.
like that.
I do like the Tower of Terror at Disneyland. That is
I've never
fun,
done that.
but only because it's like you're not like outside. You're like and it's like more
In an
interactive
elevator.
and you're in an elevator. It's the ride. But like the tower of or whatever it is here, like the falling, whatever that is, it's just
They like drop you and then it's like,
yeah. I
oh.
feel like my asshole's gonna fall out of my.
I've always wondered about the Tower of Doom because I've seen videos of it.
Mhm.
Are you standing? Are you like
No, you're sitting. You're full.
Okay.
You're full
so
sitting.
you're strapped in?
You're full on.
I
strapped
always
in.
thought people were like standing in an elevator and then they drop the elevator.
Wait, that would be like broken legs every
yeah,
hour.
that wouldn't make any sense.
I did the Pirates of the Caribbean ride in Disneyland.
That's
I
the best
remember-
one.
Oh well, then
The smell of it. It's the
Mhm.
smell.
I remember going to that one.
Do you remember? Do you like? It's a Small World.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I loved It's a Small World. when I was a
I
kid.
hate.
Y'all are crazy.
It's
Isn't
a
it like
small
canceled now?
no,
It's a
that was
Small
my
World?
favorite ride.
Canceled.
Yeah, I think it's like very culturally inappropriate.
I'm sure it is actually
Yeah.
now thinking back because it's going through all the different countries and it's very like stereotypical.
Yeah, I think it's But I remember as a kid I was like obsessed with it, and I was like, I would stand up and clap.
my nana loved It's a Small World. We always had to go on
That's
just for her. It
my
was like the one
grandma's
ride she
favorite.
would do.
That's
yeah.
my grandma's favorite too.
The grandmas love it.
They do. It's
They
the
love
dolls.
it.
Also, my grandma loves dolls. So
Oh yeah, yeah.
I would go to have all the food.
oh
Yeah, and the food's like it's so expensive and about half of it sucks.
So, you know me, I love a great deal just as much as the next guy, but I'm not about to crawl through a hotbed of coals just to save a few bucks. It has to be easy, no hoops, no BS. And that's why I'm so excited to talk about Mint Mobile today, because it is so easy to get wireless for $15 a month with the purchase of a 3-month plan. Mint Mobile makes it so seamless and easy to switch to their service. Their website's really easy to use. It's very easy to purchase and activate. It's really no hassle at all. To get started, all you have to do is go to mintmobile.com/sesh, and there you'll see that right now all 3-month plans are just $15 a month, including the unlimited plan. All plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk and text delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. And what's really cool, you guys, is that you can use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and bring your own phone number along with all of your existing contacts. Find out how easy it is to switch to Mint Mobile and get 3 months of premium wireless service for $15 a month. That is such a good deal. To get this new customer offer and your new 3-month premium wireless plan for just $15 a month, go to mintmobile.com/sesh. That's mintmobile.com/sesh. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/sesh. $45 upfront payment required, equivalent to $15 a month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Speed slower, above 40 gigabytes on unlimited plan. Additional taxes, fees, and restrictions apply. See Mint Mobile for details.
Well, anyway, what the fuck are we doing today?
We have quite a heavy episode to talk about.
God damn.
I know.
I'm so sick of hearing about shit like this.
It's-
I mean,
Seriously, every time something big happens with the creator, it's having to do with predators.
yeah. I mean, we're just hearing about it left and right. And I wonder too if we're hearing about it more and more over the last couple years, and especially this year, because people are becoming more aware of what is inappropriate and what's not.
Yeah.
You know, like I feel like it's not like this just came out of nowhere. We're just
Right.
hearing about it more because people are more educated on what crosses the line, you know? And so we're going to be talking about Ava Kris Tyson, which the situation is unfolding.
Yeah.
We will get into it. Actually, before we jump into that, let's start with like a little icebreaker, a little feel good.
Okay.
I wanted to give a quick shout out to the Villages down in Florida, which we are
Let's
big
go, baby.
big fans of the Villages.
Yeah.
If you
Love
guys
the
remember, we
Villages.
covered a story about a man out there who was doling out drugs. Specifically Viagra. Yep, because they like to get down out there. If you remember that episode, we went over how they have this whole system to identify what you're personally into.
Mhm.
With
And
the
they
loofahs.
use loofahs
on their golf carts.
Yeah, it's the funniest fucking thing.
I want to live in the Villages when I'm older. Like, it looks fun as hell.
Looks so fun.
Guys, can we promise each other something when we're old and senile? Can we get a home in the Villages and
Together.
just have like a
Fucking
creator
a sesh
home?
house, a creator house, finally.
Mhm.
Dude, wait.
We're like
60
80.
year- Exactly. That's
A
yeah.
creator house of the Villages.
Mhm,
We'll, like,
mhm.
daily vlog.
Yeah.
Oh my dude, that would be so much.
Well, now especially because I've always, Florida is notoriously very conservative,
Yes.
especially the older population. So I've, been like, the Villages, I'm sure, is pretty right leaning. However, this video has come up. I saw it on my For You page, and I just had to share it with you guys because the Villages is fucking hyped for Kamala Harris. which is fantastic.
go.
Let's take a look.
What is happening right now in Florida is absolutely wild. So Kamala Harris is hosting a golf cart rally in the Villages, Florida, which notoriously voted for Donald Trump and notoriously votes Republican. However, it seems this year they're showing up for Kamala Harris in big numbers. Look at this.
Hell yeah. Let's go, Villages.
Look
Brat
at this.
Summer.
That's
Brat
what I'm
Summer.
talking about. It's Brat Summer.
And they're playing Freedom.
Yes.
I love that she got rights to this
so
song.
good. It's such a great song. Wow, damn,
That
this
could
is
get copyrighted,
intense. No, so I'm trying to talk over it. Oh my god, there's so many of them.
I love
Dude,
all the
right?
lime green out there.
Yes, Brat Summer.
Look at them. We love you, Villages.
Summer. I want to go to the Villages.
I've got to say too,
Sorry.
I just want to say too, last week I feel like I was in a dark place mentally when it comes to the political climate. I am starting to feel much better after
Are
this
you?
last week. I'm seeing a lot of hype. I feel like there is hope. I just feel like maybe it was because the debate was so bad and I got into a really bleak place where I was like, Joe Biden has no chance. And so I need to accept that Trump is going to win now so that when it happens, I don't go through the depression I did round one, because I did not get out of bed for days. Okay.
Yeah.
I can't go through that again. So I was
Same.
trying to just like accept it. And I feel like when I was talking last week, I was very, and yes, Kamala isn't my first pick. She wasn't my favorite pick when she was announced as vice president at the time, just because of her previous track record. And she's locked up a lot of people for marijuana. And there's like a few other things, like I had a bad taste in my mouth because of the Mitrice Richardson case as well, and her handling of that. Plus, I just personally feel like she's not, I don't know. It's hard to explain what I mean, but she doesn't have the how do I even put it? Like the excitement and
See,
the
I disagree with that.
I'm seeing it more now, but like we haven't seen her much in the last 4
also,
years. She
like,
hasn't really been around.
What vice president has really been around?
I know, but I don't know. I was worried that she wouldn't be able to do it, and I was scared that she wouldn't have a chance. Obama hadn't endorsed her yet, so I was just feeling very bleak about it. But I'm really starting to see the light, and I think one thing I haven't really considered much is what has happened in the last 4 years. You know, Roe v. Wade being overturned. I didn't think about how many women are actually going to hopefully come out.
I
hope that if there's ever a time to get a female in office,
now
would be it. And this will be the
time.
true test if our country can do it, right? Because I hope that people are more motivated than ever to get out and vote.
Yes, I agree with that.
So I'm feeling a lot better about it. I've seen more of Kamala recently. I feel like she's stepping it up.
I think
Yeah.
she's like pretty fired up, and I'm
She is.
excited about how I think passionate just, citizens in general are starting to become. And I think that people for a while, including myself, really felt like there's no hope. Like Joe is not going to be able to pull this off.
Right.
And now I feel like it's at least something that I'm like, I'm passionate and like want to like fight and like speak out about, because I feel more hopeful. And I think there actually that she could win.
And we're seeing a lot of polling numbers too that are
Yes.
very promising.
Yes.
So I'm starting to switch my mindset, and really I feel that it is very, very possible now.
I'm glad that you said that, because I get it. Like it was depressing for a while, but I think she is, I think, much more hopeful than Biden was, and I think she is extremely qualified in many ways. I mean, she literally served as the second most powerful person for the last 3.5 years. So
Of course, I have my criticisms.
Totally,
as
and that's
you're never gonna,
and like who does
can't always get what you want. But like, I want to see a female in office, of course, and I'm fine with that being anyone. Not anyone. That's a little much.
Not
but,
anyone.
Okay, I
but
take that
definitely,
back too.
I would be excited to have her for sure.
Absolutely.
She hasn't like wowed me over the years, and of course, I do have my hesitations, but like, of course, I would rather have her.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I'm feeling a little better about it, and I'm sorry if I was bleak. I was in a really dark place when it came to the country.
So was I.
I don't know. I just felt like like, fuck this shit, you
Yeah.
know? But now I don't know. I'm seeing everyone get so excited, seeing the numbers coming out, and just the younger people getting
Yes.
pumped. And I know there still are a lot of people who don't want her and are angry at her and like have every right to be and are choosing not to vote for her for whatever reason, or they're just not going to vote, which I hate that. Please vote. Like we keep saying, consider the policies, the Supreme Court, look up Project 2025. We have so much on the line. I feel like this
So much.
is really above any other election, the most crucial that we've had in decades.
This is probably one of the most,
probably of our lifetime.
Yeah, I would say so.
Unless it gets worse out there in the future. Who knows?
I think
Who knows?
I have talked to people that truly believe that if Trump wins again, that is the end of elections, and that he will find a way to manipulate the system to where he can keep running and keep serving, or he'll appoint one of his kids or some shit like that. And obviously, when you say that out loud, you're like, oh, but that'll never happen. We have checks and balances, but like, we never thought all these things that he's done would happen, and he's.
We never thought the Supreme Court would just grant him immunity.
Right.
Like, it's insane times. There's a lot on the line.
And it really, 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 really matters.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me look forward to the future. Is that a week since her announcing her candidacy, she's raised over $200 million.
Yeah,
in
record
her first
numbers.
week,
Yeah.
which is insane. According to NPR, this was just posted yesterday, Trump has raised nearly $112 million in the month of June, whereas Kamala has raised more than $200 million in her first week.
Yeah.
So that, I don't know,
That's
that just
crazy.
makes me very
Yeah.
excited for
Me
the
too.
future.
Me
It makes
too.
it. And the amount of people that have registered to vote since she decided, since Biden endorsed her, and it makes me so hopeful.
This is kind of interesting. 66% of the donors were first-time donors.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
Yeah, because
So
I mean, I think a lot of that is just because of how things have unfolded. Like, people are realizing how much is on the line and what
Yes.
massive changes can actually happen.
And if you live in a swing state, Pennsylvania, Arizona, Wisconsin, Michigan, please register to vote, because
Yeah.
you guys could absolutely, be the deciding factor.
it takes
Let's not get
10
too
seconds to-
comfortable,
Yeah.
because don't underestimate the power of Trump and his base.
vote.
We've
vote,
got to
vote.
fight hard.
You've got to vote.
Even though it's looking good, I think we've got to.
Don't get comfortable. I
yeah.
think it's still I'm incredibly nervous still. But I'm at least there's at least some hope to go along with those nerves, whereas before it was just depression and nerves.
Yeah.
Also, I'm so sick of the people being like, she laughs too much. I'm like, if that was a guy up there, you wouldn't fucking say that. And also, like, God forbid she laughs. The sexism is outrageous. People being like, oh, she's not a mom, she doesn't have kids, she can't be president. I'm like,
that conversation.
first off, what does that mean? And second off, even if she, let's say she did have kid, which by the way, she's a stepmom, but let's say she had biological children or whatever, then you'd be pissed at her for not staying home with her kids. The sexism that has come out of this is within just a week is so disturbing.
Are we
to me.
surprised though?
No, but it's just
There's
like
a woman
so
running
irritating.
for president.
A minority woman. Everyone's like,
Yep.
God, people.
It's insane.
Do you guys want to see the JD Vance one?
Yes.
I like.
This is such a lit ass song. I've been singing it all
So this
morning.
is really who Donald Trump chose as his running mate?
I'm a never Trump guy. I'm a never Trump guy. I'm a never Trump guy. I never liked him. I'm a never Trump guy. 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 I'm a never
And this
Trump
is who he
guy.
picked as his VP.
It's
Never
the worst
Trump
choice
guy.
ever. It's so
It's
stupid.
so funny.
He would have been so much smarter to pick someone who is a little more in the middle.
Nope. They literally picked carbon copy. He's like a loser.
Excellent. Even I was watching a clip. It came up on my For You page of Tommy Loren just
Oh my
dogging
God.
on
I
him.
know. I
Like,
saw
this
that
is
too.
a terrible
I saw that
choice. What
too.
is going on?
I'm a never Trump guy. I never liked him.
Anyway, we'll and I promise we won't talk about politics every week. I do understand a lot of you disagree with us and you're still fans of the show. I really
Thanks.
appreciated the people out there who wrote comments saying like, I completely am on a different page than you guys, but I still love you and I like to listen to your thoughts.
Thanks
And
for sticking around
yeah,
still.
I appreciate that. And we have the right to think what we think, and y'all all have the right to think what you think and vote for who you want at the end of the day. But we're not going to just avoid politics
No,
altogether. This
it's-
is like we said, a lot is on the
Now
fucking line
I'm
right now.
Fired up.
Yeah.
So
So I promise we won't talk about it every week, but we're gonna chime in about it here
we
and there and
are.
remind people
This
to
is
get
a
the fuck out there.
historic
And
moment in our history.
oh, can I show that one other clip from General Ford? So this clip is from 1989, I believe, and this is General Ford doing some type of like Q&A thing, and a little girl asks him if he thinks it's possible for her to be president one day, and here's his answer. It's pretty crazy that it's really predicting the future. And I think I said General Ford. I definitely meant Gerald Ford. Sorry about that. Okay.
Mr. Ford, what advice would you give a young lady wanting to become president of the United States?
Well, I hope we do have a young lady at some point become president of the United States.
Takes him a long time to
I
get his
can
thoughts
tell
out
you
here.
how I
It's
think
boring.
it will happen,
It's very
because
Biden.
it won't happen
He looks
in
like
the normal course of events. Either the Republican or Democrat political party will nominate a man for president and a woman for vice president, and the woman and man will win. So you'll end up with a president, a male, and a vice president, a female.
We get it.
And in that term of office of the president will die, and the woman will become president under the law or constitution. And once that barrier is broken, from then on, men better be careful,
Amen, brother.
because they'll have a hard time ever even getting a nomination in the future. But that's the way it's going to happen.
Fucking right, baby.
And
Maybe we'll just have women presidents for the rest of our lives.
Probably come sometime in the next 4 or 8 years.
I thought that was, it's obviously Biden didn't die, but kind of an interesting prediction of the future.
Uh-huh.
And I can definitely see the mindset there.
Yep.
I feel like, yeah, I don't know. We really could. It's very exciting. It is very exciting.
It
so
is.
anyway, let's, I guess, go ahead and dive into this horrible, disgusting situation.
Also, really quick though, before we do, we finally have our derby edited
Oh, yeah.
and ready to go. So at the very end, we are going to play that.
Which we are now calling it the Derpy.
The derby.
Because that's really what it was.
Yeah.
Yes. Huge shout out to Karelly and Tom. You guys slayed the editing on that.
It's so good.
It's very funny. I hope you guys enjoy it.
Mhm.
It's the humor in it is like painful to watch, type of like funny. So
yeah,
enjoy
we'll play that at the end of the episode.
Yeah. Ended off on a funny note.
To all my parents out there, you know that now is the time, summertime, to get your kids out of the house before you're stuck inside for the winter. And get your kid something that's going to keep them off their screens and engage them, introduce them to exciting science, technology, and art concepts at a young age. And there's always something new to discover with KiwiCo. With 9 monthly programs to choose from, KiwiCo has something for kids of all ages, ranging from infants to preschoolers to teens and beyond. And not only does KiwiCo have crates, which are fantastic, but they also just have a wide variety of toys. And our favorite is their water table, which can also be turned into a sand table as well. But we've been using it as a water table this summer, and we have played with this thing every single day. My daughter never gets sick of it. It's so awesome. It's great to get outside, and it really controls the mess. You can actually set up a whole little path for the water to go down on the acrylic board. And my daughter seriously never gets sick of this thing. I'm so grateful for it. They also have these amazing crates where children can discover real science, technology, engineering, art, and math concepts through fun, hands-on projects, and they're delivered to your door every month. And each crate is designed by real experts and tested by the true experts, children, to ensure that every experience is age-appropriate, engaging, and seriously fun. Crates come with everything that kids need to build, including materials and instructions, and you'll be surprised at how high quality the materials are too. And that's one thing I love about KiwiCo. I've truly learned that investing in quality toys is so worth it, and everything we've gotten from KiwiCo is of the highest quality and has lasted us through my daughter's entire life so far, which is now 2 years. I can't believe it. KiwiCo takes all the thinking out of it for you. They do the legwork for you so that you can spend quality time tackling these projects together, and there's something for kids of all ages. And there's no commitment, so you can pause or cancel at any time, which is great. So cultivate your child's natural curiosity while encouraging them to be an innovator and a critical thinker. And the best part is watching their creative confidence grow as they tackle different challenges. I truly recommend KiwiCo. I think it's an awesome brand. So check it out for yourself. Redefine learning with play and explore projects that build confidence and problem-solving skills with KiwiCo. You can actually get 50% off your first month on any crate line at kiwico.com with promo code SESH. That's quite the deal, friends. So be sure to check that out. That's 50% off your first month at Kiwi, spelled like the fruit, KIWICO.com, promo code SESH.
Let's just get into this because there is quite a bit to go over.
Okay, so for those of you who didn't know who Ava Kris Tyson is, we have talked about her in the past.
I mean, I feel like most people are familiar with her, and if not, then you're certainly familiar with Mr. Beast.
Yeah, so she was a co-host of the most popular channel in the world, which is obviously Mr. Beast, also known as Jimmy Donaldson. And this is the most subscribed channel on YouTube. It finally surpassed T-Series, which was pretty wild. But it currently has 306 million subscribers.
That's crazy.
That'd make me nauseous. I would never want
That's a lot.
not even imagine
and that's
the pressure.
That's just his like main channel. He has like 3 other channels.
Yeah, his Beast Philanthropy and
Beast
one
Games.
other. Yeah, Beast Games. Anyway, Ava has been on the show since it started in 2012. And she was actually one of, I really haven't watched much Mr. Beast in the recent years, but I used to watch a lot in the early years. And she was always one of my favorite. So she was involved in a lot of the prank and the challenge videos. So they would react to viral videos online. So here's a little background on Ava Kris Tyson and Mr. Beast. Ava started publicly transitioning last year and started HRT, hormone replacement therapy. And the reason we're talking about Ava is she is now, very unfortunately, facing allegations that she inappropriately messaged a minor and also allegedly sexually abused her previous assistant. And again, these situations are alleged, but they are very shocking. And
there's a lot of
receipts.
a lot of receipts. And she is not denying it.
Yeah.
She apologized without any type
She
of...
kind of did. I mean, she was like...
I guess a little,
She definitely denied it, but also was like, I'm
bit.
sorry for making people uncomfortable.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, she can't deny a lot of it because, like we said, there's a lot of screenshots and receipts. There's actually, from their Discord, what did you guys say? 500,000 things were pulled off of there?
Yeah, there was like over 500,000 messages, and it was just so much to go through. And it's like Discord has like all these little rooms basically, and it was all the messages from all the different Mr. Beast chat rooms. And
so it was a Mr. Beast Discord, not like an...
It was a Mr. Beast Discord.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just up front really quick, this is ongoing, like even over the weekend, so much came out. So we're filming on the 29th. This doesn't go live till the 31st. So there is a chance that more stuff has come out since then.
Right.
And also, we're not going to go over every single little detail and every single little message because there's just so much. And at the end of the day, I don't really even think that that's necessary because enough has come out and we're going over enough that you'll get the point. Like what is going on is just disgusting. And I think we're going to go over plenty.
I think going over every single thing is not only just a massive amount of time, but it's also depressing. It's disgusting. It's triggering.
It's not helpful.
And before we do go any further, definitely trigger warning, guys. This is pretty horrific stuff.
Yeah.
So one thing right off the bat that I don't think has been as talked about is another video that has resurfaced, and it's Ava discussing leaked photos of child star Janette McCurdy, who we have talked about on the show, specifically in our Quiet on Set. I always say quiet on the set. Quiet on Set. And Janette McCurdy, I actually started listening to her book. It's very good.
Oh, have you?
I recommend it. Yeah. I haven't gotten through the whole thing, but it's very interesting. But in her video, Ava's, she explains that the photos were leaked and mentions the link to view them is in the comments.
So
It's
bizarre.
like, go check it out, guys.
Yeah.
Go check out these nudes of a minor.
She's like, I don't really like endorse it, but if you want to see the pictures, they're in the description
I'll link
box.
them below.
So fucking
Let's
disgusting.
just watch it.
Yeah, let's check it out.
You guys, so recently everybody's been hearing about the Janette McCurdy leak of her photo. What the story is, she sent pictures to her boyfriend, her now ex-boyfriend, and he leaked them out. And she is a very popular Nickelodeon star on the show iCarly, and probably be seen as the pulling of the show. It'll probably be taken off the air. Second off, you'll probably see the photos get taken down at some point tonight, maybe tomorrow, because Nickelodeon has that kind of power. But the link's in the description if you want to see them. I mean, I'm not endorsing people to go look at somebody else's.
But also, here they are.
Endorsing, but
that,
check it out.
You know, people might want to see them, so it's there if you want it.
That's
First
so
off, what I have to
creepy.
say, though, is that
Why would it not hit you
look on the news,
saying that?
you see people, they've leaked nudes from their girlfriend at a high school, and that girl kills herself. It's a tragic story. Everybody calls the guy a bully. But yeah, when people like Perez Hilton do it, it's considered entertainment. So you're going to have to think about where the right and wrong is, really. And,
But yeah, you're doing it.
Personally, I don't think somebody should leak photos
Ew.
that were sent in trust. But I guess if that's how President Hilton wants to make his living, it's up to him. You decide. Yeah, you decide if it's moral or if it's immoral.
All right, fair enough.
It's just like, even if you aren't the original leaker of them, you're literally spreading them online.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's horrible.
That's the moment you say, and I encourage you all not to look at these or spread them further. But no, check them out.
They're
Linked
linked
below.
It's insane.
Yeah, I'm laughing because it's so ridiculous, but obviously it's disgusting and horrible. Jeanette's been through so much. Poor girl.
Yeah.
Just sick. So anyway, moving forward, there are a lot of other allegations against Ava. Things get much worse from here. The allegations of Ava grooming a minor were first made about a month ago. I hadn't heard about it until last week.
It really blew up last week.
But it's definitely starting to gain huge attention and traction now. A smaller YouTube channel called Prism 42 posted a video on the allegations against Ava on June 13th. But in this video, he shows screenshots of lewd jokes that Ava allegedly sent over Twitter to Lava GS, who at the time was 13 years old. And Ava was supposedly 20 years old at the time where she developed this friendship with Lava GS, who Lava is a fan who created the Discord, correct?
Yes.
And was kind of like had this friendly parasocial relationship with Ava.
Mm-hmm.
And this past week, another person shared their experience as well with Ava, and they alleged that they were sexually assaulted by her. Ava's previous assistant, known as Muskina online, posted her full story. I believe her name is Jess.
Mm-hmm. We'll get into that.
So let's start with Nathan Wayman's story. So Nathan is a 21-year-old content creator who recently came out with allegations against Ava when he was just 15 years old. And let's just watch him tell the story for himself.
Kris Tyson from Mr. Beast used me and manipulated me and did very inappropriate things with me
Also,
while I was about 15.
I just want to mention he is misgendering and dead naming her throughout this, which
is not okay.
Definitely.
I have so much to say on that. We can talk about that in a bit.
Years old. I was actually friends with Lava GS at the time, who is the main victim of Kris that everyone has been talking about these last few days, who claims he isn't a victim, but we all know he is, and we all know he probably got paid off. Not only that, but he's also under an NDA from when he worked for Mr. Beast Gaming for 2 years, and he tried to get me to join Mr. Beast Gaming himself, Lava. He's the one who actually sent me the contract and tried to get me to sign the NDA, at which point I ended our friendship because I knew they were just trying to silence me. Me and him were both initially involved in running Kris's Discord server, helping him set up his Twitch streams and moderating them.
Nate's calling me. Hey, what's up? You're on stream.
You just leaked your address, please end your stream. As well as other technical back-end things that he needed help with. This Discord server that we were a part of had about 10 people in it, most of whom were minors. I'm not sure how they got in there, other than me and Lava. He won a giveaway, and Kris invited him after that. And Kris invited me after I saw one of his tweets asking for help setting up a Garry's Mod server for the 10 million subscriber Mr. Beast video. This turned into us having lots of private conversations with Kris and playing video games with him for hours on end. Not only did we do a lot of unpaid work for him that he promised he would pay us for, he would also frequently bring up sexual topics that was definitely not appropriate to bring up around 15, 16-year-olds, especially with him being like, I don't know, 20, 21 years old. He would even go as far as linking me several different corn and hentai videos throughout the time of me talking with him. Not only that, but he had an NSFW bot in his Discord server before he made it public. So when it was just a private server, his little circle of minors. And he would use this NSFW bot to spam different corn images, alongside all these 15-year-olds. He would also frequently call me dad and daddy as well as the others, which I guess we all kind of just took as a joke at the time. You have to think this is someone who we looked up to at the time, we idolized, we thought was the coolest person in the world, so they couldn't really do any wrong in our eyes. But looking back, I was definitely uncomfortable at being called, at being called daddy by a 20-year-old. Even just thinking about it now, it's just uncomfortable. This server later went public and became his official Discord server, but before it did, he had me and Lava spend multiple days scrubbing this Discord server clean of all of the N-words he had sent in it, as well as his friends, as well as deleting the NSFW channels and making sure no one could see that he was spamming corn to minors. This story is so much bigger and runs so much deeper than any of you really realize, so if you want to hear more and you want a part 2, let me know.
It certainly does run much deeper.
Yeah, it's very Colleen Ballinger coded.
Yes.
Very similar.
Yes. I think people don't understand the power dynamic they have, which is a common theme throughout this entire topic of like, you are talking to fans who worship you and look up to you, and so you automatically have this power over them, and they're willing to like basically do whatever in order to please you, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess is
fit
the term.
in, seem cool, be a favorite. Yeah,
right.
Get the attention in any way they can. Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, the fact that they're minors, too, I think plays a huge role into that dynamic as well. You know, here's this person who's way older than you. You know, I feel like we've all like had that situation where there was an older person around and you want to impress them when you're young and like seem cool and fit in.
Totally.
So there's that element as well.
Yep. Okay, so the minor that Ava allegedly was talking to, who was known as Lava GS online, posted on July 22nd saying that these accusations were not true, which you heard in the video before. And then a day after, on July 23rd, he retracted his original statement. So he tweeted out saying, "These videos are massive lies and twisting the truth. Ava never did anything wrong and just made a few edgy jokes. I was never exploited or taken advantage of. Can you do me a favor and comment on these videos and tell them to stop spreading lies? This situation takes away from children who are actively being exploited every day online. I am not a victim of anything being claimed in these videos or at all." And they continue on saying, "I am not a victim and I am not backpedaling any statements I have already made. Everything I have stated is still very true. Nothing bad happened between me and Chris. People are creating lies around my name. Yesterday, while under a lot of stress for trying to get my story out as quickly as possible, I made a mistake and included 2 videos in a tweet that had nothing to do with my situation. Here's the correct videos, and these ones should be taken down. I apologize to the creators of the original videos, blah, blah, blah." And then Lava posts on 7/26, where he retracts his original statement, saying, "Based on the recent screenshots and messages, I would like to say the statement about the Discord. This was 5 or 6 years ago, and I thought I had a good memory of the situation, but I was wrong. After reading the chat logs, the stuff was inappropriate and wrong. I spoke based on my memory of the situation, and I still do not remember these conversations, but they definitely happened. These conversations should not have happened with people at the age I was at the time. I strongly condemn them. I still believe I am not a grooming victim, but these conversations should not have happened with me and any minor in the Discord. I was a minor in the situation and not the adult influencer who shouldn't have allowed this to happen. I did not see this wrong at the time." So, I mean, they're claiming that, yes, it happened, but I don't feel victimized, essentially. Which is, like, you have every right to feel how you feel. But I think that this sentence here, "I was a minor in the situation and not the adult influencer who shouldn't have allowed this to happen. I didn't see that it was wrong at the time." I think that's so telling of, like, you were a minor, you were talking to an adult, which already, you know, minors talking to adults is already part of the issue. But then the adult was an influencer who had a bunch of followers and a bunch of power and, you know, and a bunch of minors looking up to them. And I think that just adds a whole other layer.
Yeah. And I think it makes total sense to not have realized it at the time. I think many victims of grooming have no idea that it's happening to them. And then looking back when it's pointed out to you later and you have this new adult lens and more education on what grooming actually is.
Yes.
And I'm happy that he's able to see it now. But yeah, it's his right to consider himself a victim or not. It's no one's place to say that he was. I think we can all agree with what he's saying, though, that this was extremely inappropriate and definitely is grooming.
Yeah.
At the end of the day. I also wanted to just explain too that when we say Kris Tyson, that is not dead naming. Her name was originally spelled Chris, and then she changed it when she transitioned to Kris.
But we believe now she goes by Ava.
Yeah.
So we're calling her Ava.
And I've heard that maybe Kris is like a middle name now.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure.
But a lot of people who are talking about this online, when we're reading quotes and stuff, are calling her Kris, but it's spelled Kris.
Yeah.
We're going to call her Ava just because I think that's the most.
Yeah. Or Ava Kris Tyson.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lava is not dead naming in that post, just to be clear. Okay, moving on.
So after these original allegations come out, they start getting a lot of attention. And so on July 23rd, Ava went on Twitter and made a statement of her own saying, "I would like to apologize for any of my past behavior or comments if I hurt or offended anyone. It was not my intent. Seeing recent events, we've mutually decided it's best I permanently step away from all things Mr. Beast and social media to focus on my family and mental health." And then she posted this tweet denying the accusations. She says, "I want to add I never groomed anyone. The person who gets brought up in these accusations at Lava GS has vocally supported that they are false. Having said that, I humbly apologize to anyone I have hurt with my unacceptable social media posts, past actions, and to those who may feel betrayed by how I used to act online. To lump these two factors together or create a narrative that my behavior extended beyond bad, edgy jokes is disgusting and did not happen. In the past years, I have learned that my old humor is not acceptable. I cannot change who I was, but I can continue to work on myself." And then she ends by saying, "I don't want these accusations to impact the hundreds of people who work at Mr. Beast, which is why I've stepped away."
It's interesting how it started with, if any of my past behavior or comments, if it hurt any or offended anyone.
Sure.
Like, no. Period. They did hurt people.
Yeah.
They were inappropriate. So yeah, I guess, yeah, you're right. She's definitely not denying. I mean, she's denying.
She said that one, I never groomed anyone.
Well, actually you did.
Because
actually you did.
What comes out next is when it gets bad.
I wonder if
Now,
these
this
statements
bad,
would have
but-
changed based on everything that's come out since these statements were made.
Okay, so since the relationship between Ava and Lava was exposed, there are several controversial posts surrounding Ava that have really resurfaced. And multiple posts show Ava interacting with this artist known as Shadman.
Oh, this person is disgusting.
Yeah, this is really disgusting.
I've heard about him so many times over the years.
I'm surprised it's not like banned from the internet.
Yeah. It's sick.
It's art. It's not art.
No.
Okay, so Shadman is a 33-year-old former YouTuber and not safe for work NSFW artist. And they're known for making lolly shada style art. Okay, so lolly basically it refers to young looking girl characters in inappropriate
or straight up like child
suggestive poses. Yeah, in like this anime style of art,
kind of like hentai.
Yeah, and it's become very synonymous with like, can I say the word?
PDF file?
I'd say PDF file.
PDF file depictions of sexualized young girls in animated pictures.
I'd say it very clearly just is.
By the way, it comes from the word Lolita, meaning precociously seductive.
Which precociously means basically like it's a young person. It's precociously means like prepubescent, essentially.
Got it.
Remember we learned about this from our commenters because you were considering naming your cat Lolita?
Yeah.
And people were like,
yeah.
don't do that.
Yeah. So
yeah, we had no idea about this.
It originated from this dude, Vladimir Nabokov's novel back in like 1955, in which this like grown-ass dude becomes obsessed with this 12-year-old girl and he calls her Lolita. So that's where that came from. Basically, from what we could gather, Shadman is incredibly inappropriate and problematic. Side note, Shadman was expelled from art school after his portfolio was discovered, which contained drawings that were highly illegal.
Mm-hmm.
And he was called a menace to society.
Yeah, his school literally called him a menace to society.
That's crazy.
Very telling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, he's known to draw like sexualized images of children, often using real photos as reference points. It's absolutely disgusting.
Not only that, he was also arrested in 2021 for assault with a deadly weapon.
Yeah.
So it tells you.
I think it was on an X or something.
It's horrible. Okay, so anyways, going back to this though, in a now deleted tweet from 2017, in July 2017, Ava posted a photo of a younger looking blonde girl wearing a baseball cap, and warning, the rest of this is very disgusting to even talk about, but this picture is this girl in a black tank top. She has pink underwear on, and she has like a gun in her mouth that's like covered in spit. It's extremely disturbing. And the hat that she's wearing reads, "Please be patient, I have autism." And she, Ava, purchased it from Shadman. And we'll like blur most of it because I feel like it's just so disgusting. But at one point, Ava tweeted, "Bonus fidget spinners to really throw in some extra autism."
And also to note too, the shirt that this character is wearing says, "Bigfoot is real and he tried to eat my ass."
But it's like, why are you putting this on
a child character?
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Looks to be. I mean, and she has braces too that just like adds into, not that adults can't have braces too, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's definitely portraying a young person. Then at one point, Shadman posts about Raftalia, which is an anime character. And it's basically like this character is able to age and then de-age really rapidly. And in this picture, she's supposedly 10 years old. And at one point, Ava responded to this tweet of this picture and said, "Please, Shad, please."
We couldn't confirm it, but there's been reports that Ava commissioned Shadman for some art, but we couldn't find anything about it. And
prove that
yeah, she did actually commission him for art, but this is kind of telling a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, and I've heard that it wasn't actually commissioned; it was just purchased, like a existing. Because with commissioning, you're asking for a specific thing to be made,
yeah.
right?
Well, she bought that picture that we just talked about.
The girl wearing the baseball cap.
So it wasn't commissioned, though. She just purchased an already existing art piece. But not that it makes a huge difference. But I just want to clarify.
There's talk that she commissioned.
Oh,
for
really?
like
People think that
for like custom art.
Yeah, but we couldn't confirm that.
I know. One thing about me is that I want to be comfy all the time. If I can wear pajamas 24/7, I will be doing that. And that is why I love Skims loungewear, because they have, I'm not kidding you guys, the softest loungewear I have ever put on my body. I am obsessed with this loungewear. I have multiple pairs of it now in different colors. I bring it everywhere I go when it comes to traveling. I've even worn it to the office because their loungewear is actually cute enough that you can wear outside of the house. One thing that drives me insane about loungewear is you buy it and it's really soft, but then you wash it like 2 times and it gets all pilly and scratchy. It also shrinks. And then you're like, wow, it's never the same again. But with Skims, you don't have to worry about that because I've washed my loungewear a zillion times. They don't shrink. They don't get pilly. They don't get stretched out. They feel brand new every single time. And the Skims Soft Lounge Scoop Neck Onesie is the easiest to throw on for summer. It's the perfect coverage for warmer weather. It's a one and done, which I love. You don't have to worry about what you're going to wear. You just literally throw one piece of clothing on and you're ready to go out the door. So shop the Skims Soft Lounge collection at skims.com. Now available in sizes extra, extra small through 4X. And if you haven't yet, be sure to let them know that we sent you. After you place your order, select the Sesh in the survey and select our show in the drop-down menu that follows.
So Keemstar kind of comes into play here, and he doesn't really have anything to do with this current situation, but it's interesting to note. God, remember Keemstar?
Oh yeah,
I haven't seen that man in years. Drama Alert Nation. Does he still do drama?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I thought he remember he retired.
No. We got a lot.
He's still doing the same old like the news intro and everything. I mean, does he make like YouTube videos still? I know he has that like Lol Cow podcast.
Oh, Lol Cow. Oh yeah. He streams a lot on Twitter too.
I haven't heard from that man in years, and I would like
he's
to keep
still
it that
very
way.
active on the internet.
He's extremely active.
However, in this situation, it's super, super fucked up. I really feel bad for him. He's been very loud about this entire situation, and he specifically tweeted out, "Kris Tyson supported the cartoon artist Shadman that drew my daughter at age 8 in a sexual manner. This is a known fact. Privately, me and Kris Tyson have even had a conversation about this roughly a month ago, and it still upsets me. This is not misinformation. This is fact." So that just shows you really the type of guy this Shad person is to draw someone's 8-year-old daughter. And from what I understand, it was like a bet, something to do with if Trump won. Someone asked him to make this drawing of Keem's daughter. Just sick. I can't even imagine how angry you would be.
Yeah.
Just absolutely disgusting.
So gross.
Anyway, moving on. Mr. Beast actually broke his silence. Everyone was waiting to see what he had to say about this. He made this post on Twitter on July 24th. He said, "Over the last few days, I've become aware of the serious allegations of Ava Tyson's behavior online, and I am disgusted and opposed to such unacceptable acts. During that time, I have been focusing on hiring an independent third party to conduct a thorough investigation to ensure I have all the facts." I'm really happy that he did that. That said, I've seen enough online to take immediate action and remove Ava from the company, my channel, and any association with Mr. Beast. I do not condone or support any of these inappropriate actions. I will allow the independent investigators the necessary time to conduct a comprehensive investigation and will take any further actions based on their findings. Certainly taking it seriously. And there has been a whole, of course, conversation around what did Mr. Beast know? Was he aware of this? I mean, Ava has been his friend like from childhood. This is someone he's very, very close with and really supported during her transition when a lot of people were saying
it's bad for his
Ava's
brand.
bad. Yeah. PR nightmare for him. And he was like, fuck all you people. You know, she's my friend. It still is. And really has handled that situation great. I'm sure this has been incredibly difficult for him to find all this out. But of course, people are wondering, did he possibly know about it? Maybe not all of it. Did he know about some of it? At this point, we have no idea. So I think making that accusation is just unfair because he very well could not have known any of this. And in my opinion, I think Mr. Beast is a very strategic and smart businessman. And if he knew that he had someone on his team who was doing these things to the full extent, I don't think he would have taken on the liability of keeping someone like that around and risking this huge brand and his other brand, Beastables,
he's literally
is
built like an
massive.
empire.
Like, so why would he do that just to hide Ava's actions? I don't know. No one knows at this point. I'm not going to speculate too much further on what he knew and what he didn't because we just have no idea. He very well could have not known anything. But
there's this,
he may have known some of it. Who knows?
There's this screenshot of Mr. Beast like sitting in a room and looking at that one picture we were talking about earlier, like glancing in that direction, and people are like, oh, so he totally knew. Personally, I think that's kind of a stretch.
I think that's a huge stretch.
He could very well just be glancing up at something or be looking at it and being like, what the fuck is that? Like, I just think,
or he didn't even really look at it that much.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I mean, that could have easily been, especially from far away. And if you don't know that it was created by Shadman, maybe you would have no idea. Maybe you'd think it's a young adult and it's just some like
weird
exotic kind of art.
Yeah.
And it's not like he knew what was on the hat or what was on the shirt or that it was supposed to be a minor.
Yeah. Maybe he did. I don't know.
He could have.
We have no, really. Like, I'm not trying to like.
We're not like giant Mr. Beast fans who are defending it. I have been very inspired by him over the years. His philanthropic work has been incredible to watch the impact that he has made with his channel. It's been very inspiring to me as a creator of what you can do with a platform. But yeah, I'm not like, I don't watch all his content. I'm not like this hardcore fan. So I'm not trying to defend him, but I think we need to be fair. We don't know anything at this point. So I don't know. For him to bring in a third party to conduct an investigation, I think is very telling that he's confident about, because, if they're really doing an investigation, they would be looking into his involvement as well. So I don't know. I think that says a lot, but let's move on. We also want to bring up how horrible this situation has been for the trans community.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the people that are bringing this up and going the hardest are very right-leaning who have been waiting for the moment to prove that here's another trans predator and just feeds into that.
Transgender people are predators.
Yep.
Perverted predators.
Which is a really harmful stereotype that the transgender community is constantly fighting against. And it really sucks that this has happened now and it's giving them fuel for that fire, which is ridiculous and makes no sense because, as we know, overwhelmingly statistically straight people are predators.
Yeah.
And it really doesn't matter what you identify as or what your gender is. Your sexuality has nothing to do with your ability to be a predator, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Also, there are so many people out there that are now misgendering her, and they're like, well, she deserves it because she's a predator. It's like, that's just so lame and disrespectful to the entire community. Like, you do not need to misgender someone because they've done something bad. It's kind of the same idea of Caitlyn Jenner. Like, people still do that, especially because of the whole like manslaughter. Like, remember, she hit a person.
Yeah, she killed someone. Yeah.
And just because she's, I think her views on things are awful, but a lot of people are like, oh, well, you know, she deserves it because she's a bad person, which I think is just so harmful to everyone else who identifies as trans.
Yeah, of course it is.
It's terrible. And I really want to make it clear, like, that this really has nothing to do with the fact that she's trans.
No,
like,
not at all.
At all.
Predators don't discriminate. Anyone can be a predator.
Yeah. And I think it's just absolutely ridiculous that people are even trying to bring this in.
Is it surprising though?
No.
Of course.
No.
They're like, and they're going so much harder on this. It's funny that it's coming from a lot of the red pill right community who their boy Trump is a known predator.
I'm like,
very vocally.
What are you talking about?
Who is straight. So
right.
Yeah, they're just trying to piss people off. But it really, has nothing to do with anything. It's so irrelevant to the situation.
Yeah.
But going forward, let's talk about the Ava and Jess situation, who we mentioned. Her username or name online is Muskina.
Mm-hmm.
I hope I'm saying that right.
Yeah, Muskina.
So on July 26th, very recently, a former Mr. Beast employee who goes by Muskina online shared on her Twitter her experience with Ava, claiming that she was sexually assaulted and coerced by Ava's power dynamic. So let's take a look. And again, she is Jess in the screenshot. So Muskina said that Ava started following her in November of 2022 and said that Ava followed her after seeing her transition timelines,
sharing her
situation.
Journey.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Ava starts by reaching out and saying, "You're a fucking inspiration and you rock." And then Jess says, "Hey, you are too. Thanks so much. Also, you look incredible. How long have you been on HRT?" And Ava says, "Since like February. Thank you so much." And then Muskina says that they started messaging back and forth every day through Twitter and that Ava was complimenting her about her HRT results and confiding in Jess and saying that she was planning on, getting on HRT soon to transition herself. So it sounded like at first maybe they were just kind of being supportive of each other's journeys, and it was nice to be able to, talk to someone else who was experiencing something that you were also going through. And this was before, according to Jess, this was before Ava had come out publicly and spoke about going on HRT. Jess said that she couldn't believe Ava trusted her with this huge secret, and Jess and Ava started talking about potentially having her in a Mr. Beast video, which got her really excited because she was actually looking for some work and was already a fan. So it was just like a really cool opportunity. I'll read another screenshot here. So Jess sends to Ava, also just going to throw this out there. Please let me know if you guys are ever hiring for any type of work. I used to work as a floor manager at the #1 comedy club in Boston, so I'm comfortable around famous people and celebrities. I've worked mostly miserable jobs, sometimes working 70 plus hours a week and still struggling to get by, and transition as well. Because obviously we all know that transitioning is oftentimes very expensive because it's impossible for insurance to cover it or to get, which is just a whole other fucking topic that pisses me off. But anyways, okay. She continues by saying, "I've even worked as a chimney sweep, risking my life for 15 an hour. So I mean it when I say I will literally do anything you guys ask for me. I'm not sure where you guys are based out of nowadays, but I would drive there tonight for a job if you ask. My number is blah, blah, blah. If you want to reach me, I have a resume available if you'd like me to send it over." And Ava goes, "I will definitely keep you in mind. We do videos where we need people to compete. So if you don't mind sitting in a circle or something, I'm sure we could figure it out." And Jess said that she was under the impression Ava was working to get her into one of Mr. Beast's videos. And this is when things started to really take a turn and become very inappropriate. Jess said that Ava started to ask her to join video calls to schmate.
No, that's good.
Together. And she said that she always felt the need to say yes because she, again, really wanted to be in a video or potentially even work for Mr. Beast and the company. Okay, so these are tweets that Jess has tweeted out over the last several days here, and we're just going to go one by one. So she starts with, "I was sexually assaulted by Ava Tyson, and here's my story. For context, Ava and I were both adults and met each other as adults. Ava followed me on Twitter in 2022, like we said, after seeing her transition timelines on Twitter. And at this point, Jess had under 500 followers, just for context.
So then the thread starts with, our conversations always leaned in the direction of affectionate and sexual. She sent me a lot of sexually explicit Snapchats, messages, photos, and videos. Our relationship was very confusing to me, and I didn't fully realize that I was being coerced at the time. She eventually flew me to her home in Greenville. That's North Carolina, right? That's where Mr. Beast still lives, and it's got his whole companies out there, right? Yeah, his compound. Probably is. But anyway, with a one-way ticket, while I was still under the impression that she would be getting me in a video with Mr. Beast. The first night that I was at her house, she told me to set up in her bedroom and I would be sleeping in there with her. I thought this was potentially the start of a relationship. And also a quick warning before we go any further here, this does get pretty graphic. And we have to use code names for things because you know how the tube is. But anyway, we went to bed together that night. We ended up cuddling and kissing, which led to her taking her clothes off and asking for oral from me. I went down on her expecting to engage in sex that would be reciprocated. But when I was done, she made it clear that she did not want to return any sexual favors to me. I was hoping that would not be the case, and next time we hooked up, I believe we would be moving to something more mutual. Over the course of the next week, Ava engaged me sexually and ended up receiving oral several times, but she never reciprocated any sexual favors in return when I was done. I was too scared to directly ask her for anything in return, and she took advantage of that. The day she first posted publicly that she was on HRT was also the first week that I was there. After making her post, Jimmy called her later that night while Ava was receiving oral from me, and she answered the phone and had that conversation with Jimmy while I continued to do so. And obviously, we don't know if Jimmy knew that was happening or what, but while I performed oral on her, I was again now given access to very private information, which made me feel special, something that happened consistently through our relationship. So definitely leveraging that power of like, I got the inside scoop on the beast and I can tell, so it's just feeding into that. So after almost a week, I was starting to feel really used and confused about everything. While I was there, I found out through conversation between Ava, myself, and her friend that she did not have the ability to cast anyone in a Mr. Beast video. I eventually asked Ava to buy me a ticket home and flew home the next day. Leaving Ava's house was incredibly difficult to process emotionally after that week. I remember trying to hold myself together while traveling so that I wouldn't break down in public. When I got home, I spent the rest of the night crying uncontrollably without fully understanding what happened to me. Ava and I remained in contact, but she did not show me the same level of attention and affection as she did before I spent a week with her, which says a whole lot. This was the first time we went through a cycle of her love bombing me, using me, falling for someone else, treating me like I'm an annoying, jealous ex, and then coming back when things didn't work out. So shortly after that first week, she went on a work trip to Japan and invited someone else, but things did not turn out the way she expected. She was upset and flew back early from her trip, and she offered me a job as her assistant and offered me to move in with her. Am I the only one who thinks it's kind of strange that she needs an assistant too? Like,
assistant?
I guess I don't follow. Yeah, because isn't she kind of an assistant to Mr. Beast? Or I guess she's like a cast.
I have no idea what level of
like work
they all do. Like, to me, they seem like they just show up for the videos. I don't think that's actually true. Like, I'm pretty sure they do a shit ton on the side. Yeah. So maybe she does need an assistant. I don't really know. Yeah, I don't know. But I think regardless, it's a little odd to ask her to move in.
Also, I'm wondering if that was the case, would it be Ava's employee or would it be Mr. Beast's employee?
Yeah, like, does Ava have her own LLC?
Right.
Or is she like employed?
Probably not.
I guess, well, she was employed by Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
She says too that like basically she has a position that someone can be her assistant to fill, and I'm like Mr. Beast gives her that.
I guess
okay. Mr. Beast just gives it to everyone and just add it to the payroll.
I don't know
she have
how
like
many
hundreds
people
of employees.
Well, my guess is if she has been working with Mr. Beast for as long as she has, that she's probably had a pretty high up position, and therefore
maybe there's a lot
maybe
behind
had
the scenes.
A reason to have an assistant. I don't know. I
don't know. It's just so crazy to me. Like, I've never felt the need to have an assistant.
Yeah, but you also don't have like 100 employees.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I guess I have no like understanding of
You know
what
what I
it
mean?
could be like. Yeah.
I
Interesting.
don't know.
Anyway, I quit my job that month and moved in with her on June 16th and began working that day. I was supposed to start with a 2-week trial. I just remembered, Karelly, remember when I first hired you? You were technically my assistant.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait,
and
really?
Then,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
and then I quickly moved out of there into whatever, into
I
editing
didn't
or
really
whatever.
like need an assistant, but it was just, I loved Karelly so much. I was like, I need to work with her immediately. So we like created that position, but quickly
Yeah.
we realized you have a bunch of other talents
Some
and got
days-
you into other stuff. But
Some
Thank you.
weeks I wish we had an assistant.
I know it would be kind of nice.
Like, God, I could really use that. But then other weeks I'm like, no, there's absolutely no need to have that.
No.
Just kind of depends. But
Yeah. But anyway, I feel like it'd be stressful to have an assistant. That's why I've always like, because then it's like someone else in your calendar and like trying to, I just would feel more stressed out by the assistant.
When I first started off as your assistant, I was like, am I going to be doing like coffee runs? Like, am I going to be like rubbing her feet? Like, am I going to be?
No, because it was mostly stuff like you were helping me with those
families
like
and stuff.
with families and those charity collabs that we used to do with small businesses.
Yeah.
You did a ton for that.
Yep.
And that was really helpful.
Yeah.
But yeah, that
Not
didn't
rubbing feet.
last very long.
No rubbing
Can you
feet.
imagine?
okay, we should just get a masseuse.
Ooh.
Yeah, and then
I
we can
would
schedule with them
Love
during the day.
Yes, I want like an in-house masseuse.
That'd be so nice.
Also,
You know what
an
I
in-house
want?
chef to make us lunch here would be so.
Ooh, that'd be lit.
Can we find that
in
the
our
budget?
toaster oven.
You know what I thought would be fun if we had like a fun fitness instructor here that we could
yeah.
like have them teach us classes, you know.
Go out to the back with the dumpsters and do like a class.
Yeah, like a fitness marshal type
That
person.
would be fun.
I could live for that.
That would be really
Anyway, okay, so she says, I quit my job that month and moved in with her on June 16th and began working that day. And I was supposed to start with a 2-week trial. And then she has a screenshot of their messages. It starts with, I'm guessing the white is Ava, right?
I'm guessing, yeah.
So Ava says, yes, he should be. I don't know what that's reference to. And she says, word, I'm just going to message him when I'm boarding my flight. Thanks for everything. I really appreciate you. What is that? Like empathetic,
the little like
cute emoji, kind of
like,
teary-eyed
face
and a heart. I really appreciate you too, and looking forward to working together with you, smiley face. During this trial period and my employment, Ava continued to receive oral from me multiple times, and I started to feel like I was being coerced. Because I started feeling that way, I decided to try and avoid any physical engagement between Ava and I that could lead to more. Then she titles the next part, One-Sided Sexual Acts. I took a short trip to my home state at the end of July and returned on July 28th. And when I got back, I continued to do my best to avoid anything physically sexual between Ava and I. On July 29th, we were watching TV together alone in her room with no warning, prior physical engagement or sexual conversation. She took off her pants and started touching herself in front of me. Sorry, it's like making me nauseous thinking about it.
It's really so gross.
I just can't imagine being in a situation like that. I just feel so badly for people who go through these types of things. I feel extremely blessed to have never experienced anything like that.
It's so scary.
It's like makes me start feeling nauseous even thinking about what that would be like.
Yeah, especially when you're working for this person.
Yeah. Yeah, my God.
And also like that you looked up to them so much. Like that's just got to be so confusing because you're like, wait, I really like them and I'm getting like this dream job, but then they're taking advantage of me and like, what do I do? And if I tell them no, then what's going to happen to me? It's just...
It's very like, it reminds me of Weinstein in the way that he operated, you know, trying to like promise people all these things. And then they would think so highly of him. And suddenly he's taking his pants off in front of them.
Same with the fucking, I just watched, this is so off topic, but also kind of on topic. I just watched Simone Biles' documentary on Netflix. Highly recommend if you haven't watched it.
We should watch it while we're out there.
Yeah, we should. Sydney told me to watch it and I watched it this weekend.
Really
And
good.
Just that whole thing with that sick fuck doctor, like guy who was working for USA, Larry Nassar.
Yeah,
and just how that power dynamic and how he was, you know, giving them quote unquote checkups, and they're like 13 at the time, and they don't know that that's not
like reaching
normal.
up their legs and stuff. Yeah. Oh, that was so sick.
And they're like, oh well, he's a doctor. He's supposed to be there to help me. It's just disgusting.
They thought it was like, it's so horrible, but massages, and like some people, even their parents were in the room. There's like a documentary on it. It took me so long to watch because it
just had to keep taking mental
breaks. I had
breaks.
to pause it. Yeah, it's horrific what he did.
No, it's absolutely
despicable. I will never forget the clip from trial where that father like literally almost lunged at him.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yep.
Oh, the anger in his eyes. I can't even, dude, I would fucking kill him.
He almost got killed in prison.
So moving on, I had just moved in with Ava and left my job to come work as her assistant. In no way, shape, or form did I feel like I could say no without somehow risking my job or being asked to leave. She used that against me in order to receive non-consensual oral. This was the moment that truly broke me for the first time. Nothing was enjoyable. It felt like it would never end, and my entire body just hurt from performing the act. It took me a few days to fully accept what had happened. Unfortunately, I was dealing with all of these emotions while on a work trip, traveling the country and spending most of my time with people I had just met. The trip itself was very isolating as an employee, and there were several times where I broke down crying. I was even on a 3-hour car trip to the airport with 3 people I had just met, and I spent the entire drive crying but trying to be as quiet as possible so that I didn't bother anyone. God, that is horrible. I then had to wait and board for an overnight flight from Boston to Los Angeles. When I boarded the plane, I decided to send Ava a message on Telegram sharing my concerns with her. I tried to do so carefully and navigate the conversation in a way that would stop me from being sexually assaulted again, but allow me to keep my job. Ava was very manipulative in her response and follow-up conversation we had in person once we had got to our hotel. So then she shares the Telegram message, and here's what it says. And this is pretty long, just a heads up. But she starts it with, "Can we talk when we get to Cali? I've been put in a lot of uncomfortable situations, and I haven't really felt comfortable bringing it up. I know we've hooked up in the past before I started working for you, but now I feel pressured, and it just makes me really uncomfortable. The last few times it happened left me feeling empty and used. I know that wasn't your intention, but it hurts to feel like I'm an object around the house that can just be used. All the misgendering and dead naming and isolation I've experienced in this trip is kind of pushing me to a breaking point." So she is referring to misgendering and dead naming of herself. I have been quietly staring at a corner, bawling my eyes out since we left that last house, and I just need something to change so I don't feel like this anymore. And then she follows it up and said, "They just sent out the LA hotel info, and my dead name is in parentheses next to mine, but yours isn't, so I don't get why mine is. So what the fuck is that?" And then so Ava responds and says, "Wait, if you're talking about the other day, and to be clear, this has been my feeling since we've started a professional relationship along our friendship, I don't want to do anything sexual with each other. That's a dynamic that can be misconstrued and is unethical for me." Interesting that you're saying that, considering you participated in it. What the fuck? I have a thing where I don't respect my body. Like today, the person told me he wanted to use my body and I didn't want to at the time, but I didn't want him to be upset or mad at me. So I let him. That's what happened the other day. And I'm not sure what she's referring to there, but I guess I should have just asked you to stop it. It just kind of happened, so I just let it. Also about the dead naming, I have no clue why it has happened, but I would love to talk to, and this is redacted, I'd like to talk to blank with you about how to make it not happen again. I think you should also talk to blank so he can reassure you that this is a hectic shoot and they don't really know what they're doing. And with the PAs, they drop the ball constantly. And B, it happens to blank a lot too. I'm sorry. If this isn't working for you, though, I completely understand, so we can rethink things and I can work with you to make sure that you're happy. You are an important person to me. I want to be your friend, and if the work relationship causes stress, I'd rather just focus on your friendship. So really just completely avoiding what she's really getting at here, which is the sexual element of things. And Ava's like denying it. I don't want to do anything sexual with each other. Well, you did.
Well, also it feels a little gaslighting the way she's like, well, I don't respect my body, and somebody just tried to hook up with me and I let them because I don't respect myself.
It's like, well, that's obviously not okay either, but it seems, according to Jess, that you're also doing this.
Right. And it's
And it's interesting how she's really trying to change it to the work thing only. Well, then at that point, she says, I'd love to talk in person. And here's Jess's response. I definitely still want to work for you, and your friendship is really important to me too, so I don't want to lose that either. My emotions definitely just all added up, and it hit me like a brick on the car ride here. I just felt so embarrassed that I couldn't stop crying over it. Also, I don't mind it being hectic ever. It's the dead naming and misgendering that makes me feel like there's just little respect for me as a human. In terms of being openly sexual with my friends and colleagues, that's something I'm always down for. But the way our relationship has developed between each other sexually is incredibly one-sided, and it just makes me feel used and uncomfortable. That's not your fault, though. It's just the way things have developed between us, and I let that happen. I would really like to talk about this in person. Sorry I sent you that long message, and I love you. And obviously at this point, she's still very much so trying to make sure her job isn't affected by it. So she's kind of pandering a little bit to, it's not your fault. I'm sure she has different feelings now. This is, you got to think of the context of the situation and the time. Ava says, I love you too. I don't know if I'll sleep tonight, so come by when you get here, which is also, I don't know what to think about that.
Yeah,
I feel like after someone just sends you a message like that and you're like, I may not be sleeping tonight, so come on over. I don't know, which who knows what she meant by that. But then she continues on with the Twitter thread. She says, we agreed to not have sex anymore if that's how I felt about what happened. For several months, we did not engage in explicitly sexual acts, but we did continue to engage in physical acts such as cuddling, groping, holding hands, and sleeping in the same bed. And here's more sexual conversations and texts.
Jess is sending pictures. I'm assuming there's some type of nudes. I don't know what.
No, I think I see a dress.
Okay.
I see a dress. I see like a
oh yeah,
the bottom
right.
of the skirt.
Okay,
maybe she just didn't want those
yeah,
pictures to be out
which is
for whatever reason.
But she's sending pictures to Ava and says, I want to tweet these thoughts. And Ava says, hot. God, so hot, so fuck worthy, mommy even. And then Jess was like, okay, thanks. I just needed the confidence. At one point, Jess sends a text saying, yes, mother Ava. And then I think she sends a picture of Ava to Ava and is like, you're so cute, with like little crying.
Looks like it was a response or something. It looks like WhatsApp.
Oh,
and
okay.
I think Jess was responding to, was like replying to Ava's picture.
Got it. Okay, that makes more sense. Regardless, Ava responds with a picture. She's in it's like a mirror selfie and her leg is up and she's like, how about now? So then back to the Twitter thread, Jess says, for the next year, Ava towed the line with me between what was and what wasn't appropriate for our relationship with our power dynamic. These led me to having mixed feelings and receiving mixed signals from Ava on how she viewed me. She was able to manipulate me very easily with the power she had over me, which led to the cycle of her love bombing me, using me, falling for someone else, treating me like I'm an annoying, jealous ex, and then coming back when things didn't work out with multiple people. We did eventually hook up one more time during a week in December, in which I was super emotional because my cat of 12 years that I brought with me to North Carolina was dying of cancer. I was spending a lot of time with my cat that week and monitoring her breathing rate, and she seemed okay, and then she passed away in her sleep before I expected it.
Oh, that'd be so
sad. I found her curled up in a corner showing no signs of life. I realized what had happened and I sat down, picked her up in my arms and started crying uncontrollably. It was very late, around 1 a.m., and Ava heard me, so she came back to check on me and realized what had happened. I got hysterical and couldn't really speak clearly or gather my thoughts properly. She stayed up with me for about an hour, at which point I told her that I was going to take my cat to the vet in the morning so they could prepare her body for cremation. After an hour, Ava told me that she didn't know if I wanted her to stay or not, so she was going to go downstairs and go to sleep. I stayed alone with my cat until 7 a.m. and then took her to the vet by myself while I was still crying uncontrollably. This led to a lot of fights between Ava and I that week in which she continued to gaslight me and manipulate me into thinking I was the problem and it was my fault that I was feeling so used. Whenever I became emotional or had issues with how Ava was treating me, it was always turned around on me. And I was made to believe that if I didn't stop acting that way or prove that I was okay with everything, that I should move out and not be her assistant anymore. This cycle kept happening until Easter of 2024 when Ava traveled with me to spend Easter with my family. We then spent a week together in Boston in a hotel while I showed her around the city. At this point, we were very, very close emotionally. I told Ava how I was feeling about us and that I wanted to have a conversation about us. I told her that it already felt like we were in a relationship and she agreed. I told her that the feelings I had for her were that of a partner. And she said she felt the same way about me. She told me that traveling with me for Easter did something for her, and I believed we had something special moving forward. A few days after Easter, she had planned to travel to LA to visit a friend that she was talking to and interested in sexually. I told her this wasn't a problem for me and that what I wanted for us was an open relationship anyways. She wasn't ready to officially call us partners at this point, but she assured me that this person wasn't looking for anything serious and she didn't even know if they were going to hook up. She ended up hooking up with this person on the first night and was calling them her boyfriend by the end of the week, and they were officially in a relationship. I had a huge problem with the way all of this played out, and I wanted some clarification from Ava on what she and I were. This led to a lot of fights, which led to me moving out in the beginning of June because how bad my mental health was with everything that was going on between us. So now she tweeted out another text chain between the two of them. So Jess starts off and says, "Get off the phone with your boyfriend, nerd. You're coming over next week, right? I remember when I used to be important to you," and then a face like the crying smiley face emoji.
And then Ava says, "You are not unimportant to me. I wish you wouldn't say things like that to me. It makes me insecure."
Jess says, "I'm not trying to make you insecure, but sometimes I get insecure and feel that way myself. You become more distant and I get treated differently every time you fall for someone new, and that's really hard for me to deal with based on the nature of our relationship. I gave up everything to move down with you and to be your BF/assistant. It's a lot to deal with emotionally, but I also get insecure that you'll become so enamored with your new partner that you'll start looking for ways to get rid of me so that you can spend all your time with them."
And Ava says, "I think you're insecure about this because of the blank thing," also been redacted, "because I've texted you and called as much as I can. I played Elden Ring yesterday and spent the day with Chief, and then I did therapy, so I did not look at my phone that much. I didn't even start talking to him until after my therapy appointment. He was asleep. It's super frustrating how every time I try to be happy, I have to be careful not to be too happy, or you will start saying stuff like this. It almost feels like you're the one pushing me away because of your own feelings, because I've not changed how I treat you at all. I don't know how to handle this situation. I legit now have anxiety that I didn't text whichever app you messaged me on. You'll get mad at me. The anxiety I feel about this situation reminds me of whenever blank would get mad at me while I was at work and say I was choosing work over her. I'm not choosing anything over you. You're my friend, and I wish you just wish you could be happy for me after everything I've done for you." That's very
Yeah.
what the hell is going on there? Not even the monetary stuff. I held you while you cried, went with you to meet your family. Like, I didn't do that for any reason other than it meant a lot to you.
That's like very much throwing it in her face. I hate that so much. I hate that.
And I only did it because it meant a lot to you.
It meant nothing to me, I guess, right? Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know, to be honest. If you would have just acted like nothing changed, I would have loved for you to be around. But I genuinely don't think it's a good idea for you to be around blank now. I don't know where to go from here because I understand you may feel this way, but I've gone out of my way to try and make you feel included. So I'm genuinely at a loss of what to do.
So then she says, "It's not that you're too happy or that I'm not happy for you. It's not about not replying to my messages you don't see. I don't want to push you away, but I did want to make sure that you understand my feelings and what I'm going through emotionally because it hasn't been easy for me and I have been full of anxiety. Part of it is the blank thing and having some trauma from that, but I think it's more I have such strong feelings for you, which creates needs. Usually those needs are met and they go beyond just being included. It hurts to feel like there's something I'm consistently given and then taken away, and it's painful. It made me so happy that you were able to be there for me in times when I cried and came to visit my family, but I thought you did those things because you wanted to, and that's what friends do. I really thought we were something more than friends, and I'm trying to find a way to deal with that. I love you so much, but I don't want you to think that you can't bring me around people like blank now because I honestly like him, but I'm just scared of losing whatever it was we have."
I'm so curious who's being blanked out.
It's probably
here.
just this like other person's name.
Yeah. Like, is it someone that we publicly know?
Yeah,
or
maybe, but
maybe they're just keeping this person out of it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't really know what to do or where to go from here either. I just know I care about you a whole lot. I know the way I'm acting is me taking a huge risk, but I couldn't just let my feelings fester while I sit here. And then she sends a follow-up saying, "I've also spent countless nights staying up with you to make sure you're okay and have held you in my arms while you cried and bled all over me. And all the times I put myself in uncomfortable situations to be there for you. And I try to make sure you know that the money means nothing to me compared to your friendship by buying my share of food for us and gifts. Why is she bleeding all over
Yeah,
her?
I'm confused
Do you
about
think she means like tears? Like
maybe or like
I guess. I don't know. It's interesting.
disclosing like
Yeah.
trauma or
Yeah.
I don't know. Or maybe it was blood.
Like, I get we will meet other people and move on and play different roles in each other's lives at some point. It just hurts a lot to feel like it's going to happen so fast. If you want to call and talk, that's fine. If you want to take some space and talk when I get back, that's fine too. And she sends one more message saying, don't feel any pressure to call. I thought about it and realized I'm the one who just needs to take some space and process. You've done nothing wrong and been an amazing friend. And I'm so sorry that I made you feel any differently. I'll still message you for schedule and work stuff. That's fine. But I think taking a break from the emotional stuff for me and just letting you be happy with blank without worrying about me is what's best.
Then she says in the Twitter thread, when I moved out, we had an agreement that I would keep my job as a hybrid travel remote work from home position. When I reached out to Ava after moving out to discuss my schedule for the rest of the month, she informed me that she was already working on replacing me.
Okay, so back to some text. Jess says, I'll be on the road, so feel free to call if there's anything you want to have done or just want to talk. I know we didn't get to talk so much about me moving out, so if you have any questions or concerns, please let me know. And then she says, I'm planning on flying back on June 16th and staying there until July 2nd, if that's cool with you. I was planning on spending at least half a month in North Carolina work and helping you out moving forward, but also due to scheduling and managing something, pay bills, etc. while I'm in Massachusetts.
Then Ava says, I'm probably going to let blank continue working with me until I can get the divorce settled. And then I'm going to try and look into getting an executive assistant who can be here with me and focus solely on improving my mental health, creating channels to get back into work easier and more streamlined, and connecting with people at Beast by being on location to make sure I'm getting things on the schedule when they happen. I want to help you, but the company isn't going to let me have 2 EAs. Okay, so it is Mr. Beast is the one funding this. Okay. And I need someone to be accountable for me, and I know you have your stuff. We can talk about it more when we get back.
She then says, that's fine. So should I not book the flight to come back? I just want to clarify if this is me being let go or if I'm being changed to a different position so I can plan accordingly. I completely understand your reasoning, by the way. I need to be able to focus on my own mental health, so I can't focus on someone else's as my job. It just isn't healthy for me. Also, I think you deserve someone who will feel more comfortable working with the company.
Then Ava says, I think if Boston is where you feel like you're going to be mentally the most healthy, I want that for you, but I'm about to get back into the channel and I need someone to steer me in the right direction. I took this as kind of you resigning. It's like, how? Go ahead and say it at that point. I took this as you kind of resigning because you wanted to go to...
Just say we're going separate ways.
Yeah. Make it clear. Took this as you resigning because I'm going to Boston when it's a remote and work from home position for the most part. Okay. Anyway, this isn't really a mobile position. Sounds like it was leading up to this, like a convenient way to not have any blood on your hands. I'm going to talk to James about getting everything done properly. I don't want you to feel like I'm firing you because I really took the abrupt move as you resigning. So ridiculous.
So
ridiculous.
Jess says, no, I don't feel like you're firing me and I'm okay with moving away from the position. I clearly was uncomfortable after everything that had happened between us over the course of the last year. I definitely wish some things were handled differently, but it is what it is. I do genuinely feel like my ability to do my job was being affected, so it's nice to be out of the situation. I did expect to keep this job because we had talked in person when we were both there last week. I thought we had agreed that me moving to Boston at some point and splitting my time between there and North Carolina would be okay, and I could keep this job, so I hope I can work something out where I can move away from the job comfortably. And she says, hey, can you let me know when someone will reach out to me about my current status as an employee because I have to update my income with Massachusetts properly to avoid any loss of coverage.
So this was the next day because the previous conversation happened on June 8th. And then it looks like Ava never replied.
Mm-hmm.
And then June 9th, she follows up and is like, okay, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
So then she continues on with the Twitter thread. I felt forced out of my position and made it clear to her that I wasn't comfortable with the way things went down, but she didn't answer any of my concerns. I kept in contact with her and remained friendly while I navigated my departure from the company. She told me that she was keeping the company updated and that someone would talk to me about my severance and leaving the company in June. When this didn't happen, I asked Ava for another update on my employment, and I was eventually given the correct contact information from HR.
Okay, so
and I know this is a lot to go over.
Yeah.
It just feels like
I feel like we have to read it all.
Yeah.
We're getting close to the end of it though. So another screenshot text. Okay, so Jess starts on June 10th saying, "Hey, I hope you didn't take any of my messages the wrong way." Because again, the last one was talking about like I need to get an update from HR about my current employment or whatever. So she reaches out again and says, "I didn't expect to lose this job when I moved, so I'm in a bit of financial pickle. I need to find out my employment status as listed with the company and when I'll get my last paycheck as soon as I can. My health insurance is due soon and I'll have to update my income after my last paycheck to avoid any loss of coverage. I already have a good job lined up." And then there's like a big section that's blacked out. But I was going to see if I could get any financial help until I'm able to start the job. Also, I was planning on taking care of my car when I came back, so I have to get that taken care of.
This is so fucked up. This is now the second day. I mean, her last message was June 8th. Mm-hmm. Then she tries June 9th. No one responds. She doesn't respond again. And then June 10th, she reaches out. And this is Ava's response. She seems so like bothered by it. She says, "You're still employed and I haven't even talked to anyone about it yet, but I'll keep you up to date on the process. Sorry, I was just trying to put anything aside that would stress me until I got back from this trip." How about the stress that she's dealing with, especially after this very sexual, inappropriate relationship with your employee happened? What the fuck?
Yep.
And now she's just kind of like,
with your boss.
Don't bother me.
With your boss.
I don't want to answer. Yeah, right?
And now
doesn't
she's
want
like,
to answer anything that would stress her out.
Yeah.
The fuck?
But Jess was like, "That's fair. I hope you enjoyed your trip."
She stayed so nice during this.
Again, never got a reply. June 11th rolls around. She reaches out again. She says, "Hey, do you still want me to take care of stuff for you? For now, I just wasn't sure because I keep seeing stuff in the group chat and I'm not sure if you're expecting me to help out or not. I'm happy to continue to help with whatever needed, but I didn't want to overstep either."
Then Ava says, "It's just where I am used to sending things by default. Between us, James is going to use the company leverage to get me someone who can basically pick my life up and help me get it back moving. Until I begin the process, you will be on pay and I will discuss with James making sure you are taken care of since it's to help with your mental health. I'm guessing she wrote help, but I'm going to push for them to give you a severance." Wouldn't she just get a severance? I guess you don't have to, right? Huh.
Yeah.
No, there's nothing that makes you have a severance.
Right. Also, if you find any companies in your area you think we can get you a referral to, the Mr. Beast thingy works great.
Yeah, I'm assuming anyone who's like, "Yeah, I worked for Mr. Beast," I'm sure that's quite... that's probably a good look, I would say.
Yeah. The Mr. Beast thingy. Put that on Mr. Beast thingy.
Mr. Beast thingy.
Anyway. Also, I want you to come visit me often because I love you, Jess. You will always be my sister.
Oh, it's so confusing. Okay, so then Jess says, "Hey, so I'm working with blank to get my car started and sold, but it's pretty clear that this is going to take a few weeks. That puts me in a hard spot because I really need a vehicle with my current living situation or I need to move out. And I'm also not sure what details are for any severance or when my last paycheck will be, which makes it difficult to move forward while purchasing a vehicle or moving out."
I'm actually really surprised that this is so unorganized for Mr. Beast. I mean, he's got such a huge team. Like,
why is Ava being the one to like deal with that?
Right?
Wouldn't she be like, "Oh, I'm sending you to so-and-so who's going to help you offload"?
I know, it seems like really strange practices.
I really think it's still part of the power dynamic that Ava has over Jess. I think it's... I feel like it could have definitely been handed off to somebody else, like HR-wise. Like, it should have been handed off to somebody HR-wise. And it sounds like
they've already tried to make that happen, and it's just no one's picking up the ball.
Well, and Ava keeps on, like, dangling that, like, she is employed with Mr. Beast.
She's like, "Oh, you're still employed, I'll take care of you."
But where I mean, it doesn't seem like Jess has gotten paid, when her last check is going to be.
And
like,
she needs to know what the fuck, like, a plan so she can plan her life.
Yeah. She literally says, "I don't know if you'd maybe be interested in purchasing my car. So I can give you the title and we could just have blank sell it, making the process much faster and easier for me. I was planning on selling the car for around $3,000 since I paid $5,000 for it. I understand if you don't want to do this. Also, I was hoping to get some clear information in writing from someone of what my severance will be and when I'll be getting it, because that money would help me greatly in my current situation."
She's being so patient. This is so unprofessional.
And then, because that was on, I believe,
June 11th.
June 11th, it looks like. July 2nd, we're getting nothing. Again, I understand that you can manipulate screenshots and whatnot, but according to this...
Right. There could have been others.
Right.
Yeah, we don't know if this
But
is
according to
the whole
this,
thing.
July 2nd is when Ava reaches out and is like, have they not contacted you? And Jess is like, yeah, no, I haven't heard anything from anyone. I'm pretty sure they haven't said anything to E either. I don't know who he is.
What the hell?
July 3rd, Ava goes like, hey, I'll talk to blank. Jess says, is her email blank, blank, blank? Just wanted to look out for her email or just reach out so they have my best contact info.
She's being so patient.
God.
I guess you have to be, because if she needs to use them as a reference or anything, she probably feels like she can't like be a pain or like complain too much.
Or in order to get paid.
Right.
God, I'd be so pissed. How insane.
So then back to Twitter, Jess tweets, before I talked to HR, Ava found out that I had talked about her sexually assaulting me and that I was planning on reporting her. Her reply was to send one message and then block me on everything. And so on July 4th, there's a message saying, yes, let me send her a message. Wait, no, it's blah, blah, blah. Whoops. And then on July 5th, Ava says she misunderstood me when I told her to hold off on blank. She should be contacting you. Sorry for the hold up. And then 2 days later on July 7th, she just says, wow, Jess. I'm assuming because she found out that Jess was reporting her.
This July? This is 2024? Or is this 2023? Or do we not know?
It's 2024.
It's, wow.
Yeah.
So,
like, literally this month.
Then she follows up and says, I learned that Ava told them I had decided to resign out of my own free will. And the first they heard of me leaving was that first week of July. I informed them that what was actually going on with my resignation, and it became pretty clear that Ava had not been forthcoming with them about everything that transpired between the two of us during the course of my employment. Would make sense why she would leave those details out.
Yeah.
A few days later, I told them enough about what had happened between Ava and I, which led Mr. Beast to launch a third-party investigation into the matter.
And that's that tweet that he had put out.
Yeah, which is backing up the idea that he had no idea.
Yeah.
Which obviously we do not know at this point. But I think as it says a lot that here the victim is saying, as soon as I let them know, he immediately launches this third-party investigation, which I think says a lot.
Yeah.
I provided them with evidence of chat logs, screenshots, and gave them a list of witnesses in the company who had seen Ava and I being physical together. That was over 2 weeks ago, and in that time I have not heard back anything, despite asking for an update twice. During this time period, the allegations against Ava for inappropriately talking to minors and more details of the relationship with Shadman became public. Seeing all of this come out and happen has put me in a uniquely uncomfortable position. I knew she had a troubled past, but I never thought it went past attack helicopter jokes. I don't know what that means. Liking an edgy artist. I wasn't super online when Shadman was popular, so I know very little about him and did not know Ava was associated with someone who sold drawings of CP. It was already extremely difficult to navigate moving on from being sexually assaulted and being taken advantage of by someone I cared about who had an immense amount of power over me. Seeing everything this week has been extremely stressful, and it has been equally difficult to see people respond in bad faith with transphobia, as it has been to see people blindly defend Ava and disregard evidence because she is transgender, which is like something we also have to call it as well. I feel like there have been a lot of people like making excuses for her because she's transgender, and they don't want it to continue on that narrative, which I understand being protective, and this fucking sucks, but because also, the damage it can do to that community.
Yes.
But like, it does not matter.
But also I think it's important to note, like, you not talking about this because it has to do with people who are transgender is also in a way transphobic, because you're not treating them the same as if they were not transgender.
Aren't you
Do
fighting
you see what I'm saying?
Equality for everyone.
Right.
Equality, even when it comes to predators.
Right, exactly.
Like, everyone, doesn't matter. There is nothing important about her sexuality in this conversation whatsoever.
Nope.
Yeah, so it's been disappointing to see like people kind of on both sides of the argument, how this is factored so much into it when it truly doesn't matter at all. Anyway, And I feel like the only way for me to move forward with my life is to talk publicly about what happened. I don't want hush money. I don't want clout. I just want to be able to move on with my life and close this chapter. So good for her for coming out with all of this, because the amount of people that will, end up seeing this it's got to be really intimidating and scary. But good for her. So as far as we know at this time, neither Ava or Mr. Beast have responded to these specific allegations. I'm sure it's coming, but obviously he wants to let this full investigation play out and see what happens there.
It's really crazy how many people in her replies are like, who gives a fuck? You're not a victim.
God, really?
Yeah, there's a lot of people who are like, I'm really sorry. I'm so sorry this happened to you. It sucks so bad. There's also people who are like, oh, I'm confused. So basically you blew a famous person because you wanted connections that might also make you famous or give you a super sought after job, and they didn't put you in a video or give you any of that now you're all of a sudden assaulted. You're literally not a victim. You infantilize yourself and act like you're incapable of saying no to anything simply because Ava is famous, which is absolutely ridiculous.
No, it's not. Have we really learned nothing? We're still having those types of discussions.
Like, there's a lot of people who are supporting her, but
this is why I fucking hate Twitter, and I'm like pretty much off the app. I get on there for like a minute or two and I'm like, why? I need to just delete it. God, people are so fucking annoying. I can't read replies on anything anymore. It just infuriates me.
Someone says, you're not a victim and you're also probably a pedophile. What the fuck?
What? Because she's trans as well. So that's them going after her for that.
I mean, like I said, there's a lot of support under her tweets, but there's also a lot of fucking ass, like, people just trolling.
Well, and she knew what she was getting into, like it's very brave to go out and put it on a platform like Twitter where these unhinged fucking freaks reside and will say just about anything to you, no matter how hurtful and untrue and ridiculous it is.
See, the shit that pisses me off is I read the entire thread. You were not assaulted. You just felt pressured into doing something because you were desperate for a job with Mr. Beast. In other words, you tried to sleep your way to the top. Your life was not at risk. All Kris Tyson did was take his panties off. Like,
stop. Yeah.
It's just you. Like, there are so many issues with that.
Yeah, you stupid fuck. Read your own messages. What you just said speaks for itself. You had just explained why the situation is problematic yourself. Like, what do you not get?
And then misgenders Ava.
Of course. And even that one guy we played at the beginning did as well. He used to be a fan. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier. Nathan. Yeah. So like we mentioned earlier in the show, over 500,000 leaked Discord messages were released on July 27th, very recently. What day is it even? The 29th. So obviously we didn't have time to go through 500,000 messages, nor do we want to, because it's disgusting and disturbing. Yeah. And I'm certainly not going to sit here and read every little fucking horrible thing that was on this Discord.
No.
But here are just a few of those leaked messages, some of the most disturbing. Side
note, a lot of these, and maybe it's just the peaking to 30 years old in me that's confused. But like a lot of them, I'm like having trouble understanding. Like a lot of the
lingo.
We are lingo.
Old. Yes.
I don't use Discord at all. So I'm not super versed in it.
Even when I had tried to use, we have a Discord and I had tried to use it years ago and I was always totally lost and confused. And at some point I couldn't figure out how to log back in and never was able to figure out how to get back in. Yeah. We're too old for this. Janelle's almost 30.
Yeah.
You're going to be part of the club.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't wait to try to go through
these. Why?
Because I heard that 30s are your best years.
I'm not gonna lie, 30s so far has been my best years.
You're the hottest you've ever been in your
really?
So
guys, thank you.
I don't know. Maybe that'll happen to me.
Really, 30 has been the best year of my life.
30 or 31? Just 30.
30. I mean, so far 31's been fucking awesome too. But my 30s have been way better than my 20s. I mean, granted, I spent a lot of my 20s sick, but. Do you want to try to make sense of these, Janelle? I could leave this one to you. Or how about Karelly? How about our youngest person?
Oh, no, dude, I'm just as lost when it comes to Discord and shit.
Yeah, and also we can't confirm who everyone is because they're random names and
names and
robo eyes. What does OWO mean?
Ooh-woo.
Ooh-woo. I literally just Googled it literally just now. It's basically used to express various warm, happy, and affectionate feelings. I think it's kind of like,
Okay, I get it. Yeah, kind of.
It's a part of the internet that I also do not understand. I'm so sorry.
Says Uwu is an emoticon that represents a cute face and is used to express warm, happy, and affectionate feelings.
I always thought this was like innocence, like cute little me.
It's like, I don't know.
Potato me.
I could be wrong. Maybe that's not correct.
Okay, well, these are disturbing. Let's look at them.
What's UWU?
Uwu.
Uwu.
Oh, and ode.
Uwu.
Oh, no,
Oh,
It's the
W-O.
same thing.
Oh,
I think it's
ooh.
the same.
It's like the same concept, I think.
Ew, these are gross.
Unzips.
These are so
Okay.
gross.
That's from Chris the Meme God.
Yeah,
And this
so
is
Chris the Meme
Ava's.
God was Ava's username at the time. Username, display name, I don't even Anyway.
We think, right?
No, yeah,
we can't-
it was.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
What's DF help?
We sound so
Wait, what is this word?
Maybe it means deaf help. DL, it's DL help.
Oh, it's DL.
DL?
No, it's like it's D exclamation mark help.
Where?
Oh, I think that's okay. Sorry, that's like I think that's
We're so old.
No, I think D exclamation point help is like it's like a keyword in Discord. So if you put that, then you should be getting like
Oh, it's
you'll
like
get an
triggering the
automated.
bot?
You'll get an automated message for the help.
Oh, because then
helpline.
dad bot responds.
Oh, Discord help?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because
Oh.
on I play Animal Crossing and I go on like streams and stuff and on Twitch.
I love
Don't
you.
laugh. Animal Crossing is awesome.
I love you.
Yeah, and so like on Twitch I'll have to like do exclamation point maps in order to find the
Okay,
map
okay.
that I want. So I think it's the same thing.
Dude, I've been really tempted to join like a Heyday Discord.
Dude, you
Because people are always
should.
talking about them on Reddit.
Yeah.
And y'all know I love Heyday.
Why don't you join?
Because I don't know how to work Discord.
Oh.
I
I'm
couldn't
on
even log in. For years I tried to log in. I just
Make
eventually
it
gave up.
one.
We can get you in.
Okay, maybe I will.
I'm in a couple of
Does anyone have
Discords
a Heyday Discord I can join? I'm looking for new neighbors for my hood, by the way.
Oh my god. But you have to be
Recruit some
extremely
people.
good or Kendall will kick your ass
Yeah.
out of the fucking
No, we're not
neighborhood.
that intense.
No,
yeah, you
we,
are.
we only require partial participation,
Well, me
right,
and
Sydney?
Janelle-
Yeah, yeah.
We got kicked
No,
out.
me and Janelle got kicked off.
well,
Yeah, because you
were-
guys weren't on for a month. But if you can come back at any time, I would welcome you into my hood.
you
With
just have
open
to,
arms?
You have if you're gonna participate in the derby, you gotta
we
do at least
but
half.
Sydney, yeah, we say at least half. Most neighborhoods, it's like everything plus an extra.
Yeah, we did really well
you
this last
are
week.
kicking
We did.
out
We got
people
sixth
all day
place.
long.
I was impressed.
Yeah, we kick
Sucks.
out people
Sixth
that are
place
mean.
is bad. No offense.
No, not in the professional league. That is the best we've done in a long time.
So many people.
We're in professional league.
Yeah.
All right.
We got professionals
You are
here.
such a hater.
No, I'm not a hater.
Listen, Heyday is like one of the best things that's ever
I
happened
know.
to me.
I know.
That's what I did this whole weekend because I was a loner.
It's so fun. I love it.
It was great.
Anyway,
Okay, so
How do we even like introduce these?
I know.
I don't even know where to
'Cause
start.
I don't know the context. of
Buzzes
them.
your necky wecky.
Yes.
Okay, so again, this is like not.
I feel like we shouldn't go message by message because
No,
it's just
no.
let's just read what Ava was saying. Maybe.
Keep in mind, Ava was in this group chat with a bunch of minors. Okay.
Yes, that's like the
biggest
main thing. Yes.
Are these so? Okay, so this is like a fan Discord.
I believe
Fan
so.
run and started.
It's not
but
a
Chris was part of
company
it.
Discord.
No.
It's a fan Discord.
Yeah,
That-
as far as I understand, yeah.
And from what I understand, Lava, GS,
And
and
Nathan.
Nathan are the ones that created this Discord because I guess Ava didn't know much about creating Discords, and I think it was Nathan talked about how he didn't charge Mr. Beast's people to make the Discord.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
Just
okay.
a fan voluntary run
Okay.
Discord.
Got it. Okay. So,
God, this one down here is brutal.
The
so
anime
wait,
plot.
but the username Chris the Meme God, we believe is Ava.
Correct.
I think we know it's Ava.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's one that says just put my nudes in not safe for work.
So before that, she says, "Uwu unzips dick."
Sorry.
Not that was funny. The uwu. Anyway, but what the fuck? Unzips dick.
Uwu is such a okay, creepy.
And it's like obviously if
What's-
if these are jokes and stuff and you're saying this with a bunch of other adults in your own private adult Discord, it's
we make
totally different.
fucking weird ass jokes all the time
Yeah.
together, but we're all adults, and
Right.
like,
Yeah, we don't have minors.
and there's not like a power dynamic
Yes.
going
Mm-hmm.
It's borderline sexting.
Totally.
Or if not sexting.
I think it just is.
on.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
would say so.
Yeah, because Robo Eye says, notice his bulge. Ooh woo.
Ooh, unzips dick. What does even unzips dick mean?
I think unzips pants.
Yeah.
I guess.
And it looks like it's like dickle. There's an L on the end of dick. Maybe that's a thing, or maybe that's a typo.
It up.
What does dickle mean?
Ooh.
Ooh. And these are from...
Are you sure that it's not like OWO?
No, I'm going to start going around the office and going, ooh.
It's not O-W. I think it's just
also just a little side note. These messages are from, they start from 2017. The ones that we're reading right now are from 2019 February.
Okay, yeah, so a long time ago. Okay, so at one point, Kris the meme god says, "Just put my nudes and not safe for work." Someone says, "Buzzes your necky wacky." It's creepy. Kris the meme god at some point says, "Nuzzles peen."
And it's in italics. So
yeah,
it's like the action of doing it.
Someone says no, and then someone's like, "That's pretty gay." It just sounds like a bunch of
you gotta go to his anime plot.
like weird bullshit.
Yeah, let me read this one.
Yeah.
This is a long message from Kris the meme
This
god.
is very what the fuck.
Disturbing.
I got this new anime plot. Basically, there's this high school girl, except she's got huge boobs. I mean, some serious honkers. A real set of badonkers. Packing some Don
Bon Honker Rose.
Dobon Honkeros. Massive Do Hoon Cab Hunker Kolus. Big Ton Hunger Ik Cougars. What happens next? Transfer student shows up with even bigger bonk hunger hoops. Humongous. Obviously, we're not laughing that these are inappropriate messages. We're just like, what the fuck is this?
Okay, so anyways, but the weird wording is kind of fucking funny to read, but that is so creepy.
Wait, she's sending this to minors.
And talking about high schoolers with big boobs. That's so fucking creepy and weird.
Definitely leaning into the lolly world, right?
Okay, so then this username goes by Discount Milk, is at Kris the meme god saying lolly god is back. So that's clearly she's been known to be into that for a long time, it sounds like.
Yeah.
And then someone else goes, designated lolly. Yes, it's me. Daddy Log is another person's username. Someone says, yay, you're back. And then it's another ooh.
So I think Daddy Log might actually be Ava.
No.
Are you sure?
Kris the meme god.
But she doesn't have another account to be like, yes, it's me.
I don't know.
I think that's just how people speak on there. Also, something that I noted or something that I saw earlier is that I guess, and there's no way for us to confirm this, but Discount Milk, I guess, is IRL friends with Ava.
Oh.
And they're also getting, like a lot of their messages. From what I saw, I didn't add a lot of theirs because it wasn't what we were talking about, but a lot of their messages was in the log, and they're disgusting.
Oh, God.
Discount Milk is vile. Like their messages
Okay,
were
definitely don't feel bad for
nasty.
laughing at their name.
Ew. Okay, so at one point, Discount Milk sends in some type of attachment. I'm assuming it's a picture of a girl, because then Kris the meme god replies, "She is only 14, ... Damn.
Ew.
It's disgusting." This other person says, "What'd you think she was?" And then this third person chimes in, 16 is legal in some states. Someone else says, "If she's 14, I'm 14.
Ew.
So here's the last bit of the Discord stuff we're going to go over. I wanted to be clear that there is a lot more, obviously. We don't want to continue to go through it because it's, depressing, it's disgusting, it's triggering for our audience. Plus, YouTube is certainly not going to like this and may even age restrict us or straight up delete the content. So we're just going to keep it at this last one. Kris the meme god says, "Nah, it doesn't do gay for some reason, but literally everything is allowed there. So go for it. I'll look into the bot and see if Lava disabled the gay feature, but as far as I know, it doesn't do it." I don't even feel like I can comment on that because I have no idea what the fuck they're talking about.
It's some type of deleted channel, I think. I don't know.
Kris the meme god also says, "Did you set up the hentai bot or was it something else?" Lava then says, "I didn't set it up." Ava says, "I'll look into it then. I believe in a free NSFW channel. If people want to catch the gay, that's fine by me. I like how Not Safe for Work has more messages than General. General is just a bunch of nonsense in my Discord. That's all the General is anyway. Whatever. And then the last one that Kris, the meme god, sends is the server would be better if you
see you next Tuesdays. But
used it
she
more.
actually like says the word.
Just kidding. I love all 6 of you who use it. So yeah, that wasn't even, I'd say, the worst of it. There was other really disturbing things. Like we said, we're just not going to go into that. And I'm already feeling really down, disgusted even reading what we have. So I need to just stop for my own sanity at this point. It's horrible. It's truly, it's very reminds me a lot of Colleen Ballinger. It really does. I mean, it's awful.
Yeah.
I mean, even a step further to bring someone out, and everything that came out from Jess is horrific.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure, like Janelle said, more could come out. I bet it probably will by the time this episode goes live.
Yeah.
And feel free to leave comments of anything else if people want to know. But obviously you guys can access more of it if you're curious and want to know more.
There's so many people talking about it, and I think it'll continue that way. Yeah, it's just well, it's a real shame that people think it's okay to like have these weird relationships with their fans and have the power dynamic, but it's a real disgusting and, in my opinion, crime to, take it a step further. And if all of what everyone is saying is true about Ava, then that is, I mean, I really hope that Mr. Beast's what is he having an internal investigation. I hope that they really are able to like get to the bottom of it and do something about this, because this is just horrific.
It's interesting that he said, and that will like determine if I take any further actions. I'm curious what those further actions would be. I mean, he's already removed her from his company.
Yeah, I have no idea.
So what does that mean? I don't know. This will probably continue to play out though.
Yeah.
Yeah, just horribly sad. I feel
so
sad for all these people who have been affected by this. And
and also, I just want to say to any of our viewers out there who are transgender, I'm just sorry that once again, now this is, just a way that people are taking advantage of being able to just be transphobic assholes.
Being used as ammo.
Yeah. And my heart goes out to you guys.
Just try to keep in mind that it makes no fucking sense.
Right.
Anyone who's trying to argue that or use that to their advantage is fucking clueless idiots. Don't listen to them.
Yeah.
It's not true.
Yeah.
And there are so many wonderful trans people, and it's sad to have people out there trying to make this narrative that all transgender people are
creepy,
like mentally ill, creepy, predators.
Yeah.
It's super fucked up. And that's why this was, as soon as I heard about this situation, that's where my mind immediately went. Is people are going to use this to try to further their own agendas and paint people to be something that they're not. And just keep in mind that, it's not true, and you don't have to feel that way. And I understand it probably brings up so much emotion, and it makes you feel incredibly uncomfortable, and it's horrible. It makes me really sad.
Same.
But like I said, anyone of any sexuality, any person on the planet can be a predator. It has nothing to do with their sexuality.
Nope.
That's just
Absolutely
facts. But anyway,
all right. Well, I think
continue.
That's probably it for that topic.
Right. We are not continuing.
We're going to go into our derby.
Oh, yeah. It's time for you guys to finally see our derpy.
So our derby. Yeah, we'll go ahead and play that. And
enjoy.
Somewhere in the U.S., hobby horsing has a storied history of at least 2 years around the world, and we wanted to try our hand at it. 2 competitors will go head-to-head in a series of grueling challenges that will test their reflexes and endurance. Or something, what the fuck do I know? Let's meet our judges. So, we have Janelle's brother, Kendall's sister, and an actual horse girl.
Beautiful.
I don't know.
Woo! That's BBL Drizzy for you there.
What is it?
BBL Drizzy.
Is that your team name?
And team wraparound.
No, reach around.
Reach around.
Fuck that. Fuck that.
That's a great one.
Safety first.
5'8", weighing in at under 950 pounds. Can't keep her away from the spotlight. Introducing Janelle and the Denver Broncos. Riding on our beautiful stallion, the main attraction.
The main attraction.
What would happen if somebody unlocked 100% of the cerebral capacity?
100%?
Yes.
Oh, I get it, main.
Yep. You got this, Darren?
Oh,
it looks like it matches this.
I get it.
These are our whistles.
Oh, I heard that. We're judging you on time and skill.
And you can't knock the rail thing down.
Yeah, and form. You can't knock the rail. Knocking one rail
is minus
called faults.
Yes.
One rail is equivalent to 4 faults. At the end, there'll be a bucket, and once you pass that bucket, your time stops. Is it better to have better form and be slower, be faster? Be faster because time is the most important thing.
Time is up.
Yeah, you're being timed.
Attraction.
So you start at the bucket, finish at the bucket.
On your marks, get set, go.
Oh yeah, it's a no.
See who wants it more.
Time factors in as well as getting the right diagonal. All right. On your mark, get set, go.
Move! Whoa, that was hard. All this running for nothing. No music for her ass?
I'm trying to play.
She's running.
Bring it home.
Come on, time.
Damn it.
Oh
my God, animal cruelty.
Don't look.
Main.
I guess we can just pick whatever we feel.
I still have a really good song for the dressage, so just get ready.
Okay.
Work, sir.
This is good ass music, honestly. I'm like into this.
Okay, you guys are gonna start down there.
Hello. gotta save my energy though. I'm exhausted.
Okay.
Judges, how y'all feeling? Can I get you anything? Do you need a massage? I got you. Chipotle. What do you want? You like illegal Pete's the best. Illegal Pete's. What do you need, babe?
Jimmy John.
Yeah, Jimmy John's.
We got bribery going on. We can get that going for y'all.
How about next week PTO, just on the house?
No, this is a good technique that Janelle is putting on.
I'll
right
do
now,
anything
is,
for a W.
Greasing the palms of the judges. This is almost a guaranteed one for Janelle.
On your marks. That's it. Dressage. Nice.
Whoa! Whoa!
That was. Whoa. That's a winner right there. I think I really missed a lot of the lines. No, you didn't. No?
She did bust it down at the end, so I gotta bring that. That would be a 2 for me, but I gotta bring it back up to a 3. Thank you. Just from the busting it down, I think that constitutes a whole point.
1 whole point for busting it down.
All right, Janelle, we can do better.
That was so good.
We can do better.
Drizzy.
This music is so relaxing.
I like how we're starting with the neighbor story.
Yeah. We should like take a nap under this tree after.
I can nap right here.
Oh, the guy went inside. He's like, these people are ruining my vibe.
Okay, I'm trying to be gentle with her. Sometimes she needs a good kick in the ass, though.
Animal abuser. PETA, please, help.
He says I'm really rooting for my mommy.
Oh, you're fine. Yeah.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. We're all 30 years old.
Hobby horse. It's a hobby.
Really, what does it help with?
Just your hobby. Adrenaline.
It's a hobby.
You know.
It's a hobby.
Like it's literally, we go to competitions.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what I thought you guys were doing something.
Yeah.
Competition. I thought it involved dogs.
Oh, no.
Like with the little jumps and everything.
Oh, yeah, no, we're doing it with these. These are our horses. Do you like my shirt? Denver Broncos.
Very nice.
You can try if you want. You guys want to ride a horse? I have a bad aim.
We used to ride big horses.
Oh, really?
We had our own.
See, these ones are nice because you don't have to feed them or anything. There's no stable, like you don't have to like run
Do you ride motorcycles?
Yeah.
It's a Stein helmet.
Really it is?
The old German helmet.
Oh, yeah. Keeps me safe for this. It's hobby horse and gets pretty crazy.
Have you ever been bucked by that?
Yeah.
They fight.
On the ground, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Girls?
Thank you.
You hose?
Woo! Yeah! What's your name?
Willie.
Willie! Willie!
That's Debbie.
Debbie and Willie, shout out.
Deborah.
Bye. Thank you for the support. Have a great day. Debbie and Willie, that's fucking awesome.
He hesitated. He wanted to ride. He did hesitate.
He goes, go hose. Should we start the song over? I'm afraid it's gonna run out.
Yeah. On your marks, get set, go. She finished strong. Finished strong. That's my cousin. Woo!
Thank you. Thank you.
That was a great main.
She got a little wild there for a
She
second.
did get a little wild. I was sure. I thought she was gonna buck you off.
She did, but I said, listen, lady. So these are definitely meant for children that are short enough where this can like roll.
Damn it! Fucking stupid. Verbal abuse. This is so difficult. Alright, I think we need to time up. Okay, that was really hard. Just kidding, I love you. She put it on! The fuck? Yeah, she did! Yeah! Janelle, stop listening.
Do you guys need it?
Wait, what? Oh, not. I did not hear anything.
We're trying to whistle. We're trying to whisper because both of the contestants are nearby.
Janelle took it slow. She took her time. She really thought about it, but her freestyle was off. I mean, it was. Okay.
And again, Janelle did hit us with the seaball. She was seaball.
Yes.
That's true.
12.8. Kendall's total score. To all my math teachers growing up, fuck you. I'm voting against my own channel, which is against my heart and soul.
And I'm their cousin and sister, so.
She's biased regardless, but you know what, Kendall Ray, I love you. I do. I love you so much.
I love you.
Wait. And it ultimately came down to one. Sorry. There were some.
No!
Fuck. There were some. I'm going to start over so we can have a fresh cut for the video. Thank you. We saw some good competitors out there today. We saw some good techniques. There were some allegations of animal abuse that we don't think anyone beat, but you know, it's all in good fun. And for the world and for the audience listening, these are not real animals. There was not actually animal abuse. Why are you back here?
UFC style, just raise one of their hands.
Just fucking go. Go!
But then...
Yes! Let's fucking go! No, get out of here! Get out of here, loser! Get out of here! You take your shitty ass horse home. Take it home! Woo! Woo!
Kendall and BBL Drizzy, how do you think you performed today?
Well, we did the best we could considering my horse just got a BBL and she's still recovering. And I also had a few shots this morning. So, you know what? Sometimes you just got to take what you can, and it's all for the fun of the game, you know?
That pop, lock, and drop was incredible.
Thank you. That was a special edition. That was a last-minute decision.
All right, we are here with the winner of the competition, the main character, along with the writer, equestrian, Janelle. Janelle, how are you doing today?
I'm feeling so great. It's just so grateful and blessed. It's a beautiful day out here. We came out here to do our best, give it our best shot. You know, that's really all you can do at the end of the day. We're just so grateful to have won and take away the W today.
There you go, take home the W. What are you gonna do to celebrate?
You know, I have some leftover sushi in the fridge. Probably gonna whip that bitch out, nuke it for a sec to heat up the rice, and then, you know, celebrate maybe with a beer later tonight. I appreciate it, and I'd like to give a huge shout out to my coach here.
Yes.
Really, she really, I wouldn't be able to do this without her.
Thank you. And I wouldn't be able to do it without such a great long-legged gazelle. Main attraction is, you know, the best of the legs. You know, that's why we bought her, you know, look at her.
Denver Broncos for life, baby. Thank you.
Next year.
Love you.
Thank you.
This concludes the Sesh Derpy.
Am I gonna lose my job?
Clearly, I whooped your ass in the Derby.
Congratulations. It was an honor competing against you and your lovely coach, Karelly.
Karelly, I wouldn't be able to do it without Karelly.
Dude, I wouldn't be able to do it without you. I had such a great team player.
And our sweet little main attraction.
I know, she was so good.
She did so good.
She really swept BBL Drizzy out of the water.
Well, let's remember BBL Drizzy was just recovering from her BBL.
Exactly.
Okay, it's
Well,
very hard.
She knew when it was coming.
She knew she could have delayed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she didn't
True.
want to put everyone. She didn't want to make everyone wait based on
No,
her.
she could have waited for her BBL to have it after.
The BBL was pre-scheduled, prepaid for. No getting out of it.
BBL.
And she still showed up.
Denver Broncos forever.
Well,
and ever.
Not forever, because Sydney and I are going to be practicing for the next year, and we will be back next year to
Should
whoop
we do
y'all's
another
asses. I think so. I want to get out there and do that again.
I think we should make it an annual thing.
And
What
do you
other-
guys,
yeah.
do you guys want to see more little segments from us?
Like, what should we do? We want to teach Karelly to swim, but I don't
We
know.
like
if
to
you're-
get out and do dumb
if
shit.
If you're not down for that, Karelly, I understand. But I think it'd be so fun.
Maybe you guys can teach me how to be an Olympic swimmer.
We do
if
have
you're
Olympic
up
training.
for it,
I think I am.
Well, you know, if you don't like it at any point or you get scared, we can just stop.
I can just stop.
We're not going to like dunk you underwater and hold you under there.
No.
We can do it the way that they do, you know, in some cultures, they'll like throw newborn babies into the water.
Please
Let's
don't do
throw
that
her
to
in.
me. Please don't do that to me.
That'll make for a really good thumbnail.
Yeah.
I will flop into the water and I don't think I come back.
I think it would be awesome, Karelly. We are great teachers.
But
And
yeah, let us
I'm
know
a
what you
lifeguard,
like.
like I said. I'll save you if anything goes wrong.
I trust
I'm not a
you.
lifeguard anymore.
I still am.
Your
I'm a
license is
lifeguard forever.
Very expired. No, your
Nope.
certification is expired.
No,
as fuck.
It's forever.
They also gave you a pity certificate.
That is true.
'Cause They like
They
felt
did.
bad for you.
Yeah. My coach, I got registered through my high school, and our gym teacher like pulled me aside and was like, "Listen, I know you have ADHD, so I will let some of this slide." Because I was when it came to it was the test that I struggled with. There was like a written portion, and that's where I was struggling the most. But when it came to the
Saving
actual
someone?
swimming, like there was one thing where we had to pick up a brick from the bottom of the pool, and I like kicked everyone in the group's ass.
Oh,
So I was good at that. I'm a really strong swimmer.
okay, Michael Phelps.
I am. I don't know if I still am, but
I am.
we were on vacation recently, and I showed Josh that I can still do the butterfly.
Butterfly's hard.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've always had I have massive shoulders. I've got thick bones, so I feel like
There
it gives
you
me
go.
power. I'm like fucking Michael
Oh,
Phelps.
I can do that. I have big shoulders. I can be Michael Phelps.
You absolutely can.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm
gonna teach you, and
gonna
I'm
do
still a
it.
lifeguard. Forever lifeguard. I'll be
Isn't
saving.
Sydney also in lifeguard?
No, but I did swim team.
Yeah.
So I can also teach you.
Yeah.
I did
the
swim
three
team
of
too.
us.
Choose
I
which
held a
coach you
record.
like.
Just letting you know.
I held a record too.
I'm amongst
You're amongst three
winners.
Michael Phelpses.
Yeah.
There was this
Pick
one
your-
time in my
pick
swim
your
team
poison.
where there was this really annoying boy in our neighborhood who I couldn't stand. He was such an ass, and he challenged me to swim against him, and I beat him in this little like mock neighborhood trial or swim meet we had, and he was so embarrassed by it that the following Monday at practice he was like, "Let's do it again," and then I beat him again.
What a little butthole.
It was like one of the proudest moments of my life.
I bet.
I got out of that pool and I was like, "Fuck you."
That's right.
I shouldn't say his name.
Yeah, but fuck that kid.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it this week. We love you all, and we will
Yes.
see you on the next sesh.
But until then, keep it fresh.